Ooh. I totally slept in. I feel so not ready for the day. I'm like mentally not prepared. I did no stretching. I did no mini workout. But we're fine. We're fine. The mic is good. There's sound. And there's you. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat, we're gonna talk, we're gonna I need to play catch-up on remix. Okay, I don't need to play catch-up on remix stuff. Like, I'm good. I still want to get like all the goofy powers that I want to get. But I don't think I did any remix stuff yesterday. Yeah, I think I missed out on like, I don't even know if there was like a world boss that I wanted to kill. Because I still have 2 left, like Animus and Shark something. I don't know what that is. So not that one. So if I missed it again, grr. Actually, what was the last one? What was yesterday's? Because I missed it, and I'll feel really bad if I missed again. And then it's gonna take that much longer to like get through stuff. And why is YouTube chat not showing up again? Dude, YouTube chat, what's going on? Okay, we're gonna figure this out, because this is important. Folks on YouTube are very important as well. I need to figure out how this works, because I forgot how it works. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out. Anyway, let me say hi to people. What is up to Mainly Delicious to the first person to say hi? What's up to Puddle Jumper and Neeb and Darth and Akifa? I'm sorry, Akila. To Mashutsuki, to Akasachi, to Nikeo, to Rapid Fire Reviews. What's up? Yesterday was Withered Gym. Okay, good. Whew. Thank goodness. Okay, let's try to figure this out, because something ain't working right. So I think it needs to be like, is it integrations? No, not integrations. It needs to be platforms. YouTube. And okay, so Twitch is there. So it says log out, log. Okay, so YouTube, sign in. Okay, so I think for whatever reason it signed out for me. So let's see if this works. Otherwise, sad song. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope they show up. Otherwise, I'm a monster. Connect the bot to send messages with a different. Do I want to do that? I don't think I care to do that. Yeah, that's not necessary. So let's wait. We'll see what happens when YouTube people talk, and if it shows up in the thing. Otherwise, I'll feel bad. Thank you to Neeb for gifting, dude. Much appreciated, man. Let's see. So where are you guys at? You're at 497. Damn. It's like, oh, it shows up now. Yes. Thank you, Akasachi. Okay, cool. So YouTube folks, you're saved. You are no longer neglected. I think yesterday when I did, when I had the performance issue and then I had to restart the stream and all that stuff, that's what made YouTube go haywire with my chat bot thingamajig, and it just didn't show up. Me and myself, hey, what's up, dude? So yeah, thank you guys for checking on that. There's going to be kind of a lot to talk about this week with like reactions and what folks are saying. So it's going to be one of those kinds of weeklies. So I'll be talking a little bit about what people are saying about Prey, what people are saying about like the housing differences and like the changes and stuff. And so that's always fun to talk about, like to observe and to put a spotlight on what other folks are saying, because it's not just me. I'm just the dude with that tries to make a platform out of it and make money off of it. But then other folks have plenty to say about, how they feel about Prey and how it doesn't stack up to what we see in Heroic World Tier. People are making that kind of comparison, which I don't think is fair. No, that's not a good word. Useful? I don't think that's a good word either. I don't know how effective of a debate that is, comparing the upcoming Prey stuff to the current Heroic World Tier, because the context behind it is so different. I mean, the remix is a several months long event where everything you do contributes incrementally to your player power, as in like you get these little like mementos and stuff. You get a little bit more stamina, and you get a little bit more points towards your infinite trait and your artifact power or weapon. I'm sorry, and whatever. Whereas Prey is trying to be an evergreen system that is layered on top of existing world content and is trying to hit a few goals of, trying to make outdoor content feel a little bit more spicier, but also it doesn't want to split players up like Heroic World Tier does. So it wants to make it so, for the most part, if two people want to play together, they can still play together. Even if one person's like, ooh, my prey target is up, I gotta go. I gotta take care of this real quick. And then off they go to the Octagon to do their thing. While the other person just kind of like idles around and does your stuff. So the other thing too is that Prey it's not targeted for, it's not an everyone kind of feature, or it's not meant to be something that lives in people's heads forever. It's something that, progression minded folk are going to graduate from. Folks who just do outdoor content and some delves, those are the people to listen to the most, and they might be talking shit too. Let them talk shit, but I think those are the folks that Blizzard's going to be paying the most attention to when they're going to like tune this and try to make it good and fun or whatever. Because I saw some of the earlier commentary too, and some people were like, "Oh my god, it only gives one piece of champion gear a week." Literal skip. So it doesn't feel like it's meant to be like a replacement of anything. It's just a complement to whatever you feel like, and if it interests you, you do it. For me, of course, I'm going to do it for the cosmetics and other stuff that comes from it from the vendor, and then after that it'll be something to help me get champion gear, and I'm like, that's about it, so but otherwise the delivery of it, I think it's fun. I think it's cool. So do you think beta's next week? It could be next week, because there's no phase 6. It's really up to them just announcing. So we'll wait. 10 o'clock is going to come, and maybe we'll see a trading post thing. Maybe we'll see them say, hey, beta's going to be next week, get ready, and all that. So yeah. You'd rather have Heroic World Tier to the praise system, though? Funny enough, like, I think it's because I'm a tank. I'm sure it's because I'm a tank. I don't really like the Heroic Tier system. I think it does nothing. Because, again, I'm a tank. I don't know the difference. I'm smashing everything anyway. I guess one of the reasons I don't like it is, I don't like it as much, is that at least when you're leveling early, it makes no sense. Like, it's just it's not heroic, it's just punishment. Like, are you a glutton for punishment, guys? Cool, hop into Heroic World Tier when you don't really have a toolkit, and that kind of sucks. But I see the difference between Heroic World Tier and Prey, and I just don't. Folks are gonna make the parallel, but I don't quite. To me, it's illogical. It doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't connect with me. So maybe you can help me out with that. Maybe it's because I played on the alpha and I know. Let me just. No, I'm not gonna demonstrate. I got stuff to do. But then again, I'm just sitting here like a dumbass anyway. I think Prey's gonna feel like being in Warner, but instead of rando players ganking you, it's NPCs. You know what? I'm just gonna hop in and then I'll do it. So let me demonstrate for you guys. Again, what's going on here. So hope all's been well. Stuck about for the midnight pre-patch, whenever that is. I mean, it's gonna be like January-ish. We kind of have it in our minds right now that the 11.27 patch is going to be December 2nd, or the week of December 2nd. And then the pre-patch will be 7 or 8 weeks later. I was thinking 8 as usual, but it could be 7 with respect to it being like the whole pre-patch. And, there's like data mine stuff that says, oh, the The pre-patch event starts on the 27th, which could cut into it, and that would like kind of rob us of the excitement if it's like, okay, people will show up for the pre-patch event, but then servers are going to be down for like 17 hours or something like that. We'll just do this one. So this is the character that I did the testing on, and I got some cool boots. Yeah, the boots are something I got, so obviously they look different. But my issue with Prey is that open world content is not really something to assist less tanky roles, maybe a buff or a passive for mages and rogues to not feel unfair for the lack of tanks. I don't have the perspective, but at least the difficulty of Prey does not seem to be high enough to say that anyone's gonna suffer except for healers. Sorry, healers. But I don't know, I haven't checked like the tuning of it either. So it's like, what sort of modifiers happen to mobs and whatnot. It didn't seem like mobs were affected at all. If anything, let's do a sanity check. All right. So let's get out of here. This is the hunt headquarters of sorts. And what's the easy way out again? It was not this way, I think. Nope, I was wrong. God, I feel like I'm an Ouroboros again, dude. I think it was here. Yeah, it's here. So I'm just going to look at a mob. We're going to record its HP, and then we're going to activate Prey, and then see if there's any difference at all. So we're going to look if there's like a passive difference. I didn't notice it, but I'm just going to take another look as a sanity check. And who knows, they might change this and make it a thing later. So, do people even feel the difference between hero tier unless they're leveling? I think they do, yeah, because like, you definitely feel the sponginess. I'm sure. Heals with no interrupts, no less. There isn't they do interrupts, but they're not that. Nothing that nukes you. You know, the scaling of heroic. The scaling of Prey. It's not like keys. You know, there isn't like an infinite difficulty here. Oh, actually, here's a good measure. A rare. So how much this guy got? This guy's got 848,000 health. All right, so let's get out of here. World content needs the companion system back if they're going to put stuff in the game to make it challenging. Oh, I loved having bodyguards, dude. They were sick. I just like the feeling of having a buddy with me. Like, I miss having Maximilian of Northshire chilling and giving me a free Kings. Thanks to Store Guests for the Prime. Thank you much, dude. Okay, so where's the thing? There's the thing. By the way, one of the more difficult things that people need to get a hang of, just navigating through this city. It's so big. It's so big. And, you know, you don't have like crazy multicolored buildings. All the buildings sort of look the same. So, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna make another character. That's right. So those things were just gone. So, so let's use not that guy. I need that guy for later. This is just a sanity check, so I want to just make a. So this I just want to look at HP values here. It is a good looking sky. I like bodyguards. I like the bodyguard from WoD, yeah. Oh, I mean, the ones from Warlords, they were cool, but the ones from Legion were like a cool step up, for sure.
Zalatath and her devouring host lay siege to the Sunwell. The light has chosen you to defend it.
At least they weren't as noise as Bran. I like Bran. I got over it real quick. But, you know, that's me. Yeah, Bran's a buddy. Bran was looking out for you. Maybe he was looking out for you a bit too much, but he had good intentions, you know? Alright, so I just want to turn on Prey, look at things, and we're good to go. Back 10 and wonder if we'll get that squished again. Wouldn't surprise me if we got a level squish after Last Titan or something like that. I mean, I guess I mean maybe I don't mind more periodic squishes. Maybe others hella do, but wait, this way. Okay, so please let me just start them. Okay, cool. So we'll do Nightmare. And we'll just see if there's any difference with that rare HP. Please rare be up. Please be up.
I need a target.
I don't care what sound on my first playthrough of content and repeated runs. I never have sound on, so Brand's lines never bothered. Not even music? Dude, some of the music is banging. They are banging.
Perhaps you could learn a thing or two.
Yeah, if you don't do it in game, just like listen to the track sometime. They're pretty cool. Okay, so the rare is like there. Nope, that's a totally different guy. Crap. Shoot. Thought it was around here somewhere. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Did the QR code work? Yes, it did. Yeah, we got it working. It took some messing around with, but yeah. Oh, I think it was here-ish. Like, there it is. No, that's not it. Oh, yeah, it is. 840. Oh, so it's the same. All right. Ah! Oh, but then here's the affix thing. And it hurts. Boom. Oh, you get fucked, man. By the time I've done all the quests and campaign and stuff, I'll have heard the music of plenty. All right. Suit yourself. Okay, so one of the things that people complained about on the comments that I saw was people were not fond of the torment building up, which is at 3 stacks currently. So the effect stacks every 60 seconds, except while in rested areas. So one thing I didn't check, because I admit I was being hasty with the testing and initial feedback. I want to see how high this gets. Like, does straight up idling, like, does this make this thing go up? Yeah. And some people were saying, hey, dude, it's a timer. So it's a timer. This is bad. And I'm like, is it? Or you know, is it something that feels that punishing? Because you see there, it says that it stacks every 60 seconds except while in rested areas. And okay, this is this is the debuff that tries to kill me if I am idling. And then okay, I can't just idle. And I'm being ambushed anyway. Crap! Oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. One button, help! Help! Oh. Well, I'm making it look hard right now. That sucks. Well, we did the HP check though. So, okay, so I died, but then what's the state of the debuff? Is it still at 3 or is it going to go up? Do I play Hearthstone? I do not, no. I briefly played the Mercenaries one, you know, the auto battler, and then I don't know if it's like gone, or they just stopped updating, but then they were like, oh, yeah, people don't do it, so we're just going to stop. I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so what if I just keep flying around? Or no, what if I'm like, Yeah, what if I just... Here, hold on. What if I... idle here? The damage debuff is gonna hit me, but will the things still try to chase me when I'm like in the trees and shit? Do I have a prediction for beta date? It's next week or the week after. That's really it. But hey, wait an hour and 4 minutes. We might see an announcement at some point. So damage and dot from the spirit. It's a very heavy dot. It's meant to pretty much kill you. You can immune it. You can out heal it if you try really hard. But yeah. And worst comes to worst, you can abandon the quest and just try it again. You know, if you happen to be like, oh, whoops, I just AFK'd the entire time. Oh shit. Ooh, wait, how? Oh, the spirit was right there, but it didn't chase me. Probably because like of pathing and stuff. So let me chill on top. Can I chill on top of this? Nope, that's not a thing. I wanna stand like on top of like something like super thin. Something very tiny. Maybe these. Maybe this will work. Boop. Cool. And then do I have heal buttons here? I'll lay on hands, that's fine. Alright. So it's at 6 right now. We're just gonna keep going, dude. Oh. Kill for me now. So yeah, this is so less than 16, 17 seconds. There's the spirit. Is it gonna try to come towards me though? It doesn't seem to want to move. Oh, that's the auto battler. Okay, I was thinking mercenaries. My bad. 1127 is supposed to be released around the 2nd of December, right? That's when player housing becomes available to those who pre-ordered. Yes. I was thinking about coming to WoW, then I hear Xbox getting it, so I'm gonna wait. I want to play on a controller. Cool. Heal button. Oh man, my healing sucks. Shit. Heal more. Actually, no. I can heal quite a bit more than I used to. Yeah. I remember it being pretty whipped. So, 7 stacks. I don't like the whole idea behind Prey. Hey, getting debuff for extra bad stuff are happening. It just isn't fun for me, so I'll completely skip on it. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine player behavior because, like, what you get from it, aside from, I mean, there's the currencies, there's the vendor stuff. So if those interest you, then okay, there's the struggle, right? But otherwise, for gear, it's champion gear that you get. So if that doesn't appeal, then Prey doesn't appeal, and then you don't need to do it because it's not trying to step on anything, and that's kind of it. So, yeah. Like, I think that's what we're going to hear from a lot of commenters and commentators, other creators and stuff, that yeah, and it's not inappropriate. You know, people are going to be like, well, wait, it's not for me? No way. What's the point, Blizz? You should be making content for the most important player. Me? Oh shit, bubble? Oh no. I don't know if I have bubble on the device. Oh boy. Okay. There's no class that's just auto, that just has high regen, huh? Oh, you know, what's it called? What's a Drakthir do though? Evokers have high regeneration because when they're passive, you know, when they're in visage form, they get, you know, they get the increased thing when they're out of combat. Does that count as out of combat? Because then I'd be able to just sit here and let this thing stack. And I want to see how high this thing gets. I mean, for the most part, like, you will automatically get ambushed while doing stuff. And while doing nothing. While gathering, you might get ambushed. But there are ways to speed up the process, too. If you want to, like, focus on it. So, yeah, I think the folks that are saying, oh, it's a timer and it's going to it's going to mess with your gameplay. It's only really going to mess with you if you really try. 40% extra damage taken, hey, that's, you know, that's kind of a lot. But depending on your gear and considering this is outdoor content and there are otherwise no other modifiers, 40% more damage. Directed Warlock would be good. That's right. They should make content as I think appropriate take. I think Blizzard should most importantly not disperse themselves too much, trying to not make a lot of small features. I guess when we think about it, like, what have they done for world content, like difficulty, to spice it up? They haven't really done much aside from the public activities. The last, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but the last major thing they've done for outdoor content, aside from the public events, was World Quests. That was like the big one, right? Oh, no. I guess the assault style stuff, that's kind of a thing. I don't quite... Oh, shit. Damn much. No! Okay, let me just list off stuff, because I shouldn't be qualifying things. So, like, there's world quests, there's emissaries, there's assault style things, there's special assignments, public events, right? That's kind of like what they did. The mod was kind of spicy in the early days, but that didn't survive, you know? That didn't last beyond its expansion, so can't really count that. The things that have last include what I was talking about, just in kind of different flavors. You know, we had Legion assaults, and then we had faction assaults, and then Covenant stuff. You know, that's happened. Thing is, in a world content player, when you make it more difficult, you need to give ways to overcome the difficulty. Right now, Prey seems to serve to make it more difficult only. My opinion, I think it's because otherwise outdoor content just isn't difficult. You know? That's how I look at it. I don't, not all the time do I buy into, oh, there needs to be a gimmicky way to defeat this. It doesn't need to be a thing all the time. Sometimes things are, you know, kind of easy. But I think we're just sharing opinions here. Oh shit, not again. There's Bubble. Ah, help! Ha, you can't get me now, sucker. Can I hit him from here?
I'm out of range.
No, because I have no range. Oh, no, can't hit him. Ah. But he can hit me. Bullshit. Am I stacking? I'm trying to stack the buff, but I think it... Did it go away? Oh, no. Wait. I didn't bubble it off, did I? Because it... I don't even know when it went away. Because I don't have it anymore. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. I don't have any stacks of it, actually. Oh, no. There it is. 14. Okay, so we're still going. We're still going. Yeah, I think Bubble, like, temporarily, like, cleared it. And then the game was like, you ain't done yet. So... As long as you can eventually outgear Prey and make it stick in the easier, I don't mind if I can't do the hard difficulties from the start. Yeah, like, I think of... To me, I blur that line between delves and otherwise outdoor content because, well, they tried to sell it like that. Hand in hand, if you do delves, you will overcome prey. I don't quite know the context of gear yet. I think the gear that I've been getting is like a buck. Yeah, it's a $1.97 from the gear that I'm getting here. I don't know what that means yet. Let's see if we can. Now let's take a look. So we go to dungeons and we go to not here. Going to shit. What happens if I spirit heal? Nope, there's no escape from that. But I'll just camp here because we're just letting this stack up anyway. So midnight something. So 214 for normal. 246, yeah, so, and then champion gear there. So normal, normal difficulty hunts, prey, gives adventure. Hard mode gives veteran, and nightmare mode gives, all these names, damn it. Nightmare mode gives mythic. So there's that to factor in. But I don't know. It ooh, it's done me. Oh, I got ambushed. Hell. I mean, dungeons, raids, those, they have various difficulties. It works well enough, so more iteration on the world system would work well, I think. So right now, I guess in context, my gear is less than dungeon gear, and I'm taking on Nightmare World tier. Maybe it's not a good idea for just any old role or any old class to take this on. Tanks are fine. Sorry. Tanks are always going to be fine in this sort of content. They'll have to work a little bit harder, right? But otherwise, tanks are good, in a good place. When they talked about having to deal with prey stuff on your own, it doesn't appear that you're going to be isolated while you're in this state. It's only really when you're fighting the last stage of prey when you have to deal with it. So up to this point, it looks like you can still get help. And I think that's something that I didn't really like emphasize, that I didn't imply enough when in my original commentary there. So I don't know. Doesn't seem that bad. My issue is stuff with like Cabeza War gear, you only do so much and you still need to be skilled in order to overcome it without brute forcing it. That doesn't seem to be the case here. When I was doing the prey stuff, when I was doing the prey testing, like the mechanics were, they were simple enough and there wasn't anything crazy. 18 so far, baby. Let's keep going. Oops, wait. I wanted to, I know I'm gonna get, like, ambushed again. Oh, and there's the thing. The real danger. So I tried to stand on the platform, and that kind of worked. Let's see. What about... Nope, I missed. Oh, he died anyway. Oh, you know what? Because the debuff is doing increased damage. Brilliant. Brilliant. Hoping for a training post monthly reveal. Looking forward to the video. Me too, dude. Me too. I wonder if this thing builds up while I'm idle. Or while I'm dead. If it builds up while I'm dead, that'll be very convenient for me. And I'll be, I will happily just sit here as a corpse, so I don't have to deal with the wait time. Let's try that. So, I'm at 20 right now, and it seems to have gone up. Or maybe dying makes it go up automatically. No, actually I doubt that's the case. Parawards on the alpha? Yes, they are on the alpha. It's a you know, cosmetic set. There's a recipe for decor. There are 2 enchanting recipes for the shoulders, toys, and a couple other things. I don't know if there's going to be more to it. If people keep asking for Heroic World Tier, then we're just going to get hyperscaling. Yeah, and that's what people hated, too. People were not fond of that. So... Okay, so I'm still at 20. And this is going to kill me because now the debuff is just enough that it'll... Okay, here we go. Embrace death. Woo! So that's like a one-shot. So I was at 20 right there. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait like 2 or 3 minutes. And then release. Fetch the body. And see what happens. Question for you, do you know what 720 translates to in midnight? All I heard was it would be a squish to around 100, but what's the difference between 680 and 720? I'm not entirely sure, but my character, who I did manage to transfer over, has an item level of roughly 1... I'll have to check again, but I think it was 180. They are capable of adjusting the scaling, the item level scaling too, so it might have changed, but last I checked, I was at 180. Which is pretty high, because the gear that I have here on this max level character, who is in pre-dungeon stuff, is like 190 something. Yeah. I for sure want more difficult world content to be absolutely totally optional. It totally is, yeah. So my suggestion to folks who just aren't interested, but if they want the rewards, but they're not really interested in prey necessarily, I would suggest just waiting for a little while until it's like the mid-season or something like that, when you have like some pretty good gear, which is pretty accessible these days, and then jump into prey. No problem, just do that, and then blast through all the different hunts available, get the currency, buy stuff. The one thing I'm not sure of yet is that there are certain ranks to the prey system, and I don't know like if it's going to be a seasonal thing, kind of like delves. Like, oh, okay, season's over. Now these things that you can get, they'll be available somehow, some way through a different method. But then otherwise, here's a new round of reward. I don't know. No idea. Okay, I think that's long enough. So I was at 20. So let's see what we're at now. I think one of the problems that players made for themselves, to be honest, is that I think a lot of folks, they convinced themselves that yes, prey is going to be exactly like Heroic World Tier, and I don't think the devs said anything about that. So I think, okay, 22, so it is going up on its own. Sweet, as long as it's going to wait. I think I'll stop at like 30. Yeah, because when we get to like the 100% point, that's kind of a lot. And reasonably, you know, just idling, doing nothing, you're going to max this thing out, as long as you're not dying. you'll max it up, because as you get ambushed, whether you're idling or whether you're doing stuff, you'll get some progress here. There's this thing right here. Complete prey activities, world quests, rares, and treasures in the zone to lure them out of hiding, but sometimes they'll just come out. Once this thing maxes out, the debuff clears. All the affixes go away. And you just have an objective on the map that tells you, okay, go here, go get them. And that's it. So this testing here is extreme. This is extreme edge case. Interesting how the ghost doesn't move, but I think it's because of the pathing here. You know, like I'm in a narrow spot, so. I think it's more like Blizzard announced it. People thought the announcement for the feature was underwhelming. Heroic World Tier seemed more compliant while being conceptually simpler. conceptually harder as fuck, I'll tell you that. Is XP for mobs increased? No. Nope, 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 nope. HP isn't modified. The only modifiers come in the form of these debuffs. So let me do pray and practice. You know, let me actually do it. No, wait, no. I want to get to 30. Sorry, I want to get to 30 first, just so I can say, yeah, this bitch keeps going up to unsustainable levels. But this is what it takes to do it. It takes chilling. It takes chilling, doing nothing, actively avoiding combat, basically not participating. So at some point in Remix Hero tier, because moots, I outgeared it pretty fast, even before max level. Yeah, personally, I don't know what the appeal of Heroic World tier is, so. I mean, you got more stuff, but then that stuff, it's not something that can exist in the live game. You know, you can't get incremental stamina increases and stuff. You know, permanent increases, things like that. It's kind of like the Headless Horseman fight with the optional debuffs, right? No, because there are rewards that you otherwise can't get unless until you participate in Heroic World tier. Oh, I'm sorry. Haha, see? I got caught myself. Unless you participate in Prey, then you don't get stuff. That's all. Yeah, the footage that I used, that was all like, you know, practical testing. I just went around. I was like, ooh, what's this? There are straight up objectives on the map that will give you progress towards your towards the hunt. So basically, I did these 3 things, and by the time I was done, it was about less than 10 minutes, and I completed the objectives and the delve thing spawn. Or I'm sorry, and the target spawned. So anyone who's just doing stuff, they'll finish this pretty fast. Can you raise change a remix tune? Not that I know of. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a better use of your time to just level a new one real quick. No, it's not the drop. It's more like the drop rates are better. It's not that you don't get stuff, or that you only get things when you activate all those effigy things. Yeah. I get that. I'm more like you're affected by stuff. The world itself is the same, with the exception of world quests. Yes, yeah. So like, if you're with a buddy, you'll still be able to party. So that's one of the big differences. Is that Prey doesn't phase you until you do that whole octagon fight at the very end. Then it's like, hey, party members, I gotta go do this real quick. Gotta knock it out, and then bang it, you're done. And then you're back together. But then with Heroic World tier, you gotta like, oh, I gotta voucher back, turn the thing back on, or whatever. All right, let's see how high this thing is getting. Eventually, this will release me anyway. 25. Oh, 25. Huh. Does it max at 25? So does it max at 100%? I'll wait a bit, and then we'll know. So 100% is a lot at this gear level. Fatal. All right, so I don't need that up. We're gonna keep our eyes on news stuff. Yeah, good bit to talk about. Some things didn't. Some things I was hoping for did not happen. No changes to crafting orders for the core, at least not that I've noticed. That seems to have been. It seems to be the same at the moment. even though there were some changes they did for professions, they added more, they clarified more recipes, made them workable. But it doesn't appear that, I think this max is at 25. Yeah. Honestly, later in the season, you could just use this debuff as a modifier. You want harder content? Here it is. That would be interesting. Like, if you can talk to the dude, ask the lore, and be like, yo, make this harder now. And then he just maxes out the debuff right away. You know, this is significant. You know, for a tank, not as much, but this is significant. Max at 25. Yeah. Be funny if Prey would synergize with Delves. I haven't tested it technically, but I don't think it applies inside of Delve. All right, so let me simulate a thing, a Prey thing. And since I'm out of zones, I'll go to a different zone. I do have slightly better gear though. I do have a better boots. Woo. Okay, I can't even log out, dude. Come on. Help me out. That would be kind of interesting, actually. If there was a way to just talk to Aslo and be like, yo, make it harder now. Because that is, you know, it's not exactly what Heroic World Tier is, but the extra damage taken, okay. It's still kind of buster that the debuff just goes away when you clear everything up. So in this test, I will not do the objectives, or I won't do the world quests, basically. I'm just going to do other stuff. I don't even know what the hell the other zones are about. So I'm just going to be kind of figuring stuff out. So we'll do Nightmare. With all these things, yeah, so let's go. Oh, better use devotion. So somewhere in ZA is this way. So there are 3 objectives that are here, but we'll just, you know, let's just do a world quest thing. I'm just innocently doing world quests. La la la, off to adventure. Nothing's gonna happen. Gears right now, no biggie. No biggie. So now, this guy happens to be an item level 201. Because I have some champion boots and adventure legs. I did get... I think the first run, I got adventure legs. The second one, I got veteran boots. And then I got champion boots. I'm like, oh, typical. Typical RNG, man. Screwing me over. Alright. So... boom. Where's the world quest? Stolen equipment. Nothing's firing off. Oh, there we go. All right. So now we're playing. We are just peaceful players looking for a little bit of adventure and no danger at all. But I'm a tank too, so nothing that I say will be credible, because people will just be dismissive and be like, wow. Oh, kill for me now. Okay, does this guy count? Maybe not, because I'm lagging like crazy. Okay. Oh, and the ambush. Ah, game time. Oh, this lag is tremendous. Oh boy. So the affixes seem to be the same as what I saw in Eversaw. There's like people on the ground that I need to avoid. And he left already. Okay, fine. Let's continue doing stuff. Oh, I gotta get myself currency though. I'm not fond of that. I'm not fond of having to pick it up because I know for a fact I definitely missed picking some of those up. So it needs to be like super visible or something, or maybe something that'll, or maybe just auto loot it because I'm just bad. Okay, this lag is really bad. This is worse than an Aphid. Oh, the thing touched me. Oh, the spirit. Oh, I totally did. I totally missed that. So also when you die, you lose progress. So you gotta watch out for that, too. Ooh, we're gaming now. I'm an old player who's been around since vanilla, and I am confused as to which item level is optimal for which Mythic Plus key level. My rule of thumb is to stop counting item level and to just think of the gear track. So, you know, veteran, champion, hero, yada yada yada. I just think in those terms now. The numbers are not that important because it just gives you that like kind of item level range, and that's it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think it's I think it's more useful to just think of it like that. Because then you get lost in like you get lost in the numbers. And I don't know if I can do this with this lag, man. It's really rough. Oh, and he's back. Okay. So usually you'll finish a world quest. Okay, well actually no, I'm doing a normal world quest. The prey specific world quests, they're pretty, you can complete those pretty fast. Are you leaving yet? Okay, he leaves at around 50%. So this kind of has the same vibe as running into the Nemesis mob. So you can't CC the ghost, by the way, so I just gave it a quick stun and like that was it. Oh god, come on. Do you think they'll ever make an option to not have to pick up loot? I doubt it. I mean, there are some things that they want to just make sure goes into your inventory, but there's, you know, it's still an MMO. They want that whole contextualization of your inventory filling up with stuff and at some point going back to town. That's all. It's nothing personal, but it's something that I think they think is important enough that no, they want to keep that feeling. You know, there's that standing critique of smoothing out the game too much to where you just kind of like lose that whole feeling of it being RPG. That could be one of them. Maybe. Or get a looterang, yeah. That's what the good players do. Yeah, so this debuff where you have to kill something, it's basically a tank debuff. At this gear level, I am not going to kill fast enough. You know, I can't kill anything within 15 seconds. It's not going to happen. And not with this lag. I like the way of everything feeling auto-loaded feels nice. I couldn't stand it. Like, well, there are other things about Final Fantasy XIV's inventory I couldn't stand, but yeah, I did not like that. Because I didn't know what I was getting. You know, like it's a certain there's kind of a dopamine hit when you have that feeling of picking something up, you see the loot box open up, and then you get it. Whereas with 14, it was just like a bling, and then you saw like this little tiny notification of what you got. And maybe I just never got used to it, but that was, to me, that was a problem. there were a lot of times where I picked something up and I never realized it. Yeah, but it's small potatoes, right? So no third ambush yet. Oh, spoke too soon. So the dude himself doesn't seem to have a whole lot of health. It's just hard to deal with because the lag. Oh my god. I like having, yeah, that's kind of me. There are other instances where I don't mind auto looting happening, like in Diablo. I want to spawn my pet so I can so I don't have to like pick up like trash stuff all the time, or to like run around. Like that feels good, but then that's a different vibe. Oh boy, this is, oh, come on, abilities. All right, we're getting there. For context, during testing, I was able to get this. I was able to complete the hunt at around 6 stacks, 7 stacks. All right, let's do this. Let's do this extra objective thing. So, like I said, I wanted to avoid prey-specific stuff. I just wanted to see what would happen if if I'm doing other things instead. But this zone is just awful. It feels really bad right now. They should add more moves to prey mobs. I mean, it's really the boss that comes out. And again, like, while we'll give certain commentary, I think the audience is not us first, if that makes sense. I think the emphasis is to make world content feel a bit tougher, but just a bit. It's not meant to make us like, oh man, this is sweaty. This is like sweaty stuff. Like, this is for the kind of player whose whose idea of content so far has just been outdoor stuff and delves, and like that's it. Oh, there's a crystal. Okay, I can't help it. There's a thing here. I can't just ignore the thing that's right here. So this will also progress you towards like your prey objective stuff. So it's just an elite that spawns. So this might be tough for some folks. Hell, this might be tough for me right now. Come on. This lag debuff is intense. Come on. Oh. Cool down. Ah, and we're ambushed. Oh no. So now we'll get like hopefully double credit stuff. Now, one definite advantage I'm feeling as a tank is, as a pally tank specifically, is the auto healing that I'm doing, because this debuff otherwise can get pretty nasty. Yeah, so this guy, I just want to bring him down to half and then focus on taking this dude out. I don't know how much I can leech this dude. Give me the loot. Yay. So I don't think it gives me a... It's not quite telling me what the progress is so far. I think this thing is supposed to get like a little bit more red as we go, but I'm not seeing the indicator. I hope it's not busted. Oh, did this guy heal? Oh, I must have missed that. It does like some sort of healing thing. Oh, it slowly disintegrates. Wait, it's not disintegrating. Timer pauses while in combat. What timer are we speaking of here? Did the QR code work yesterday? It did, yeah. I uploaded the whole build. Like I did like a supercut of the whole thing. Yeah, did I miss something in there? Spreadsheets. Yeah, I'll take a look at that in a bit. Only because it's from you, Patty. If it was a stranger, I'd be like, I don't know, man. It's looking kind of sus. I'm glad I stepped away from a while. A year ago, game was too damn easy. One cap the rush, two staff. Oh shit! Shit. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Oh, okay, lay on hands went off. Yay! So, what are you talking about? One cap the rush, two staff? I wish they would stop dropping useless gray items, but what about trash? What about like raw gold, man? Trash is dope. As someone who has very, very poor inventory management, trash is cool, man. Alright, this 400 latency is wearing out my mood. Come on. Come on, abilities. We can do it. BC player? Oh, then, okay. If that's how the game looks, got it.
I need a target.
Oh, so I maxed out. Okay. So all the debuffs went away. And what I end at 14 or something like that. So that got kind of high. But then now I'm going to there. And here's where I'm kind of weirded out too. It's like all the debuffs cleared. So now, you know, the damage vulnerability is gone. The ghost dude that chases you, that's not gonna happen anymore. At least that's what happened last time. And I'm like, okay. Now I just fight the dude. So I feel like the difficulty curve like suddenly dips, because now I just take on the guy on his own, just for long. So let's go Kai Beza. Nah, not Kai Beza. Okay, there is one new ability, Umbral Flare. That's added. Cool. So we've seen that one. Big cone guy. And then there's a lag. I guess one of those casts I can kick. I just can't really do anything about it because I can't really rely on the latency here. But Corrupted Flames, yeah, okay, that can be kicked. Cool. And then the rest is like kind of skill shots, you know, avoid the circle, avoid the cone. Oh, I didn't dodge it. Come on, lag. Give me a hand here. So it kind of feels like, yeah, if you want to do the progression part with others, then you'll breeze through it, I think. But then this part you just do on your own. So. Back then you had a fear of the player pulling in the open world. Well, yeah, that's definitely a symptom of classes eventually having more extensive toolkits, because now everyone has a some form of self-healing or crowd control, stuff like that. So in that sense, the game feels better. But in the other, it's like, okay, I don't feel like the world is as threatened. I would say the closest thing are delves. Delves are the closest thing to reintroducing that kind of vanilla experience, because, well, I mean, you're by yourself. But if you take on higher challenges, it's gonna feel kind of hairy, because you have that risk of overpulling. You just don't want to run in and just grab everything, at least not right away. But I also think it got a little bit easier over the seasons. But I think it's because that's like the transition when you go from one season to the other. You might be pretty heavily geared. Boy, this is taxing, man. We're getting there though. We're getting there. Come on. Ugh. Yay, we did it. And I get a thingy of champion sack, but since I already got it, I don't get gear, so instead I'll get like other goodies. But what did I get? I got some Void Light Marl, and I got crests. Oh shit. I think this is the first time I got crests. Nope, I did get some before. So there's a pretty like extensive tooltip telling you like what to get and how to get it. When do I plan to do remix stuff today? I might do some stuff like a little bit later, but I typically just like do the Eternus dailies, and like that's kind of it. So how's the new talent build for Licensed Paladin? Haven't checked it out. Here, let me show you. So it's the stuff here on the right hand side, and it has a similar vibe to the tier set that we have. I don't know if that vibe is the same for all the other classes, but it's kind of what I predicted. So after casting the Holy Armament, I don't know if the passive proc applies, but your next 3 abilities cast a lesser armament on the same kind on a nearby ally. So kind of similar to the tier set bonus, but not nearly as strong. Judgment crits cause a shockwave around the target. And no, that's... Oh, they move stuff. Okay, so here's another one. Divine Toll activates Hammer and Anvil at 100% effectiveness, so you get like a nice burst from that. And then where's the other one? Where is it? I think it's this one. When your Holy Bulwark absorbs damage or your sacred weapon deals damage or healing, you have a chance of proccing a thingy for your shield, which is like, it's okay. It's okay. So they're like, they're okay buffs. The Apex talent, though, very disappointing. So for this one, Judgment has a chance to grant you Vanguard, causing your next Avenger shield to leave an echoing bolt of light and a line between you and the initial target. So it's a laser. I shoot a laser. The problem is, it's a laser. So I gotta aim this thing. Sort of. It shoots through the target. That's something that I think I've learned. I'll have to test that a little bit more. It shoots through the target, but but again, I need to like aim it, kind of. In case there's like a big old clump of mobs or something. And there are situations where I'm like, okay, I want to position myself, here, so that way I can like shotgun dudes way over there. So I gotta move things, and then that might make boss fights feel awkward. So it might be counterintuitive to what is better for the raid versus me just wanting to do extra damage. And that's the thing. It just does damage. This has nothing to do with like defensiveness. Here it says just do more damage with Judgment, which is like nice. When I consume Vanguard, I gain 1 holy power. So it's a proc of, it's basically a buff based on a proc, because Judgment has a chance to grant Vanguard. So this is basically me getting a little bit more holy power, and then there's like 2. Let's see. Let me take these out. So, oh, actually, this is different. Maybe I read this wrong. So if you max it out, you get 3 holy power, which is much better now that I'm looking at this. So this is good for like holy power generation, but as far as I recall, that whole thing about being able to reduce my cooldowns based on using holy power, I think that has mostly gone away. Yeah, I don't think I get perks for spending holy power anymore, or I don't get cooldown reduction, because that's like a big thing. Maybe it's here somewhere, but I don't think it is, which is like sad song. And then finally, your next cast of Shield of the Righteous after Vanguard deals more damage, and it causes light to reflect onto other targets for more damage. And during Avenging Wrath, your Avenger Shield always benefits from Vanguard. So I shoot more lasers, which is cool. But I don't get a whole lot of value from the Apex talent, other than I guess like the additional holy power that I'd get. But I also can't really take advantage of that, except for maybe the best synergy would be with me doing more divine guidance damage. But again, that's just damage. So I'm like, oh, what do you do? I want stuff that makes me like fucking god mode, invincible and that kind of shit. But there are some things that let me do that. So, yeah, well. Is it like the remix holy thing? No, I don't think so. I mean, that one just sucks, so I don't have good experience with it. They should make you charge through on your holy steed, knocking stuff aside. That'll be very Paladin thematic. We had that briefly, as the PvP talent. It was cool because I was able to kind of like interrupt mobs a little bit. It was a neat thing to have, but oh well. Really, I just want 2 shields. Come on, this is I think it's a very reasonable ask, Blizzard. Just give me 1 shield, boom, boom, boom. Just like that, dude. Or 1 giant shield. That's it. I think that is a perfectly reasonable take. Okay, this is a poor zone to choose for trying this out. But I think I mostly demonstrated like, okay, here's what happened. Okay, here are the boots. So I guess they're the same color. Yeah, it seems like I get the same color boots. So boo. But I don't know what kind of set this is from either. I don't know if this is like a dungeon, if this is, I don't think this is a unique set, is it? Let me see if I can find that out. So if we look here and at the appearance as, okay, so I don't know. Okay, what's that there? Oh, close that. It's causing a bug. Okay, Paladin tier set looks fucking good. Oh, baby. It looks good. I like this. Since we're here, might as well take a look. So, Raid Finder, respectable. It's a curious face back there, but respectable color. I like that. It kind of goes back to that whole, hey, I want to be a judgment person, with the hood-like thing over over the visor, and you can only see their eyes. But thankfully, as you can see, no eyebrows in sight. Good job, Blizzard. Good job. And decent use of the 3D stuff. Yeah. So based on what we're seeing here, okay, so it is just the hood that we get for that, and then it's like a separate thing. Cool. And what did I just do? I just did something stupid. Okay. And then this is the normal one. I like the normal one. Normal one's good. Yeah, this is definitely one of the better. Wow, this is kind of crazy. I'm usually not a fan of Paladin stuff, but I'm actually like kind of glad by this. Blood Knight colors, it's not bad. Actually, no, it's like, yeah, it's like a blood fell kind of color. That's pretty cool. I think that's a good vibe. That's a cool vibe. And then the mythic one is probably purple. Kind of purple. Oh, look at that. Nice. They need no shoes. And then how does this, like, how does it feel, Joe? I guess there's like some additional glows here. Yeah. Or, okay, one glow. I got that. But I do like the, I think my favorite one is this one. It's not as heavy on the red, because this is heavy. I know they're trying to do the whole Blood Knight thing. I get that. I respect it. Can I show the PvP one? Yeah, sure. So here is the regular Gladiator one. I like this one. Nice and subtle. And then the Elite one is blue. So there's no Void one. Sad song. But I like this one. That's cool. Good colors. I'll never get it. But, oh well. And then there's, okay, so here is Galactic Warmonger's plate armor. So this is Voidstorm specific stuff. Okay. That looks alright. Yeah, just alright. But no, that's pretty good. And here's the Prey stuff that we'd be working towards. So, weird to have the backpack there, but shoulders are kind of cool. I don't know what this is. Rootlands gear, so I guess there's zone-specific gear. Interesting. Amani gear. And then Civi stuff. I like the Civi stuff. This is pretty cool. There's red, there's black. Okay, wait, what? Okay, that's red. Okay. And then that's red too. I guess they're just talking about the vest. So, white vest. Okay, these are not simply blue, white, black, blue, green, and red. Oh, this is cool though. Okay, I don't get this one. So this is a white chest. That is not blue. That's red. That's okay. I'm confused because that's not white. Oh, whatever. Oh, this has very much a old heritage armor vibe. Looked like there were multiple colors for Prey. Here, let me go back to that. There were 2 colors. So, oh, 3. I'm sorry. I didn't see a third. Yeah, this one I didn't see on the vendor. So I wonder where this comes from. Oh, an achievement. Okay. What achievement is that? So, Prey Nightmare mode. Oh, there are hella targets. Holy shit. That's a lot of targets, buddy. Alright. Yeah, that's a lot. So, yeah, it's probably just do a whole bunch of them. So, where were we? We were doing the Civi stuff. So, oh, check it out. Silver Moon Augur's Garments. This is probably super magic stuff because it's translucent. Nice. Another translucent set, and I think that's all we got. So let's go back to the tier stuff. I haven't taken a good look at like the other classes yet. So let's check out War. Oh, dude. Okay, this is busy. Like, I see nothing but horns. Nothing but... I like the visor, though. The visor is kind of cool. The visor's cool. The horns are a bit much, though, man. They're so crazy. They're so freaking crazy. All right, we got 5 minutes until 10. We'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. In the meantime, that's normal. So the Raidfinder one has this kind of a Paladin-y look. That ain't bad. And then now we have a fell, but not quite. Not quite fell, but you know they're going for it. And then is this purple? No, it's not purple. It's blue. It's a very cool blue. I like what they did with the shoulders there, with the added effects, because they're like, okay, let's just go nuts. Now we got special tentacle-y like horns. But horns are very thematic. And that's that's kind of the thing. Just like with paladins, they're stuck on like this kind of whole visor. They're in certain color sets. We see them get stuck with that. Okay, let's look at hunters, which are traditionally like disappointing. Sorry, guys. So hunters are... It's consistent. Ooh, dude. Ooh, that tail. Wait, it clips. Oh, that's really disappointing. I mean, just look at this. Oh, yeah, that needs a sensor right there. I mean, I'm sure that's going to get altered and fixed and whatnot. But as fundamentally, I like the mask, but that's about it. That's about it. Oh, that's an interesting color kind of thing they're going for. Oh, that is interesting because it's creating this kind of like single piece here, which is kind of neat. I can't stop looking at this, dude. This it's just staring at me. Yeah. Ooh, it's trying to be a tail. Dude, they need to just take this out and just leave the tail. That'd be kind of cool. If they were to do that. I mean, yeah, it'd be kind of weird because it's flat, but still. I think that'd be kind of cool. So anyway, as for the colors. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I'm looking at this one, I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm looking at this one, I'm like, okay, yeah. I like the colors on this one. This one looks neat. I could lose the shoulders though. I can get rid of oh dude. Let me see if no auto close works on the beta. Is it one word? One word. 12-0. Okay, that heroic set looks pretty sweet. I gotta say. So let's go back to this. We're doing this. Going hunters. We're looking at this thing. Going heroic. Making it bigger so that folks can see. And then I wanna... So... Damn it. Let me take my own shoulders off real quick. So I'm like not a shoulder fan normally, so I like this. I hate this is obscene, but I like the color that they're pulling off here. Yeah, I'm a bit more impressed now with this set. It's gonna grow on me. The mythic one is also okay. I think I like the heroic one most though. Gives me Serpentor vibes. Serpentor. Didn't he have a line? Something, this I command, or something like that. I think I remember that. Oh, those days. There was a song to it. They were like fighting on like they're fighting on the Statue of Liberty or something like that. And it started off very dark. Something cobra, something like that. That was cool. Oh, they announced the beta already. Okay, that's cool. And that's not video worthy. I want to talk about the damn trading post. But anyway, so it goes live on the 11th, which is week after next, right? Yeah, week after next. So yeah, we're about right. Over the course of the test, we'll be inviting community veterans, press, fan sites, friends, and family to check out the upcoming expansion and give us feedback. Players who pre-purchase or who upgrade the Epic Edition of Midnight will also gain access to the beta. But when, Blaze? When? Players selected to participate will receive an email invitation directing them to download the game client directly from the Battle.net desktop application. Players who pre-purchase the Epic Edition may also receive email notifications. No, don't trust that. Don't even bother with that, dude. If you get the thing, you get it. So just look at your client. Don't trust any emails that you see. Yeah, ignore that stuff. And then just blah blah blah. Okay, so new system. What's available in the beta? So week 1. Oh, they're gonna have a. Okay, so they're going to have a kind of thing, kind of a roadmap. All right, so week 1 we get the intro. You get all the leveling, all the zones, the hub, allied race, demon hunter stuffs. The dungeons are up, the delves are up, prey is up, Argentina is up, zone stories and activities. The what's it called? The UI Transmog, damn it. And endeavors will be testable. So there was some data mine stuff that people mentioned where they talked about, oh yes, endeavors are going to be testable, so maybe they will be. Because in the current state of the alpha, I'm able to get to level 3 with my house based on just my achievements and stuff that I've collected, which is like, hey, that's neat. Let's see, and then weeks 2 and 3, that's when they're going to start doing raid testing of the stuff, and then the transmog stuff. So this is what matters. Ooh, and then Night Elf and Blood Elf exteriors. Yeah, look at that. So we're going to get elf stuff. Cool. Very cool. But no trading post stuff. Sad song. What's up, Boomer? Why don't they just use Heroic World tier for Prey? I talked that up a lot already. Personally, I don't think it'd be a good fit. I don't think it's a good fit for what they're trying to do. Like, here's what would happen. Imagine... How do I contextualize this? Imagine Heroic World tier now in, the remix, but you don't have remix things. So basically think of Heroic World tier, but you're still gearing up like you normally do. So you're getting like, oh, let me get my crests and valor stones and stuff like that, and I can only upgrade my gear this much per week. And I'm subject to like the cooldown, the different cooldowns and lockouts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically why. But that's very basic. There's more to say on that. Battle of Exterior is my vibe. It might be very cool too. I don't think I'm curious to see the Blood Elf stuff though. Right now, with my intentions, I feel like the Orc one is going to give me the most flexibility, if you can call it. It'll give me the best opportunity to pull off the kind of house design that I want. Do you think world tiers are going to be exclusive to remix modes then? I don't know. I mean, Heroic World tier is an experiment, just like anything else. So maybe it'll follow us over to a future remix. Maybe it won't, because they'll think of some other honky thing. So I assume a retail Heroic World Tour would just have different tuning than Remix and maybe less crazy fixes with the empowered mobs. Such as an Athix? Yeah. We'll see. But, yeah. I guess I'm just I'm not as thrilled over something as simple sounding as like a Heroic World tier system for the audience. I just don't think it would work. Not the way that people would want it to. Where was I? Oh, I was gawking over like tier. Rogues. Naked. Oh no. I'm pretty sure there was like data mine stuff for rogues, but oh well. Nothing for rogues yet. Bummer. Actually, no. Here's at least the gladiator stuff. Okay, so I don't know, man. I'm not as It's iconic. It fits the rogue vibe, but it feels a little plain. Which I guess is okay, because that's rogues. You know, they're trying to stealth, right? Oh, they got little froofy things, dude. Yeah, check that out. They got them little froofy sleeves that you see in like period pieces. Interesting choice of thing, yeah. I like Heroic World 2 in the sense that it made me pull carefully before I got overpowered. I just want that kind of feeling for retail, something to make it challenging after I gear up for the season. After you gear up for the season. I wonder, what's the overlap? What's the overlap of people who are geared for the season and want to do Outdoor World content? Are people who are geared interested in going out and doing world quests? You know, I mean, putting aside like, you know, being goal oriented and all that stuff. Hey, I want to, you know, get certain achievements and whatnot. Like, are they that interested in doing that, or are they more interested in curb stomping it? You know, because I have gear. You know, there's that player. I'm not saying it's a majority either. There's that player who's like, no, man, I want to celebrate all this stuff that I've been collecting over the season, and I want to go into like this content, and I just want to just like annihilate it. But I also get like, hey, I want it to feel like a little bit tougher too. But that's why it's like an optional thing at all. And I think Blizzard's being like very careful to make it like something that feels optional first, because I think we would see a very strong reaction from people if it was like, okay, here's something that you do, here's something from Prey that is like fucking dope, you know, kind of like delves and stuff. It's like, yo, here's how you can get mythic crests or myth level gear. Then you're gonna see people go, oh, I gotta do it. And then I think we're going to see like a different sort of reaction from folks that are like, oh my god, I gotta do it, and like this is miserable and blah blah blah. Yeah, so isn't first tier always bad in playing? Dude, let me show you the Paladin one. Paladins, baby. Oh, so this is good. Bad in playing is not how I would describe this one. Blood set, mythic looking set with no feats, whatever, that's okay. Anyway, we're looking at robes though. And we were just looking at these two sets. So maybe different colors would look better. I don't know. But those don't exactly like pull me in. Now this one is totally like a Titan vibe. Dude, they got super detailed. Okay, remember back in the day, for us old school WoW players, remember when back, like, I don't know, this is very detailed. I'm very impressed by these shoulders. I want this shoulder somewhere in the house, because it's just cool. It's a very cool set of shoulders. Yeah, I like how this looks. This looks really cool. I dig it. How are the colors? I'm not very wowed by that particular color. I mean, it's cool, but normal. I like the normal one better. Oh, the heroic one is elite, dude. Check it. I don't even need that bumper. I already got my bumper. I got 2 of them right here, baby. Hell yeah, dude. And then purple. Because, yeah, gotta have that kind of void-looking vibe for priests, for sure. Then we have the gladiator and the elite. Ooh, bloody. Okay. New post about player housing testing on Wahid. Oh, is there? Okay, let's look at this. Oh, yeah. Now, here's news. Here's some real news. We're running another housing limited time test on the PTR beginning Thursday, October 30th. That's today. Through Friday, October 31st, this time focusing on guild neighborhoods. Please work together and create guilds large and small to help us test out the thing. To calculate this test, all existing houses and neighbors have been reset. You don't need the okay. Yo. Let's close this thing real quick, because I have an update on mine. Yo, if we can do this right now, oh, let's go. I definitely want to test out guild neighborhood. Yeah. So we're focusing on guild neighborhoods. I think what they're trying to do here is test the ability for neighborhood layers to spin out. I think that's what's going on here. How will loot work with 3 Season 1 raids, like hands from Raid 1, legs and boots from Raid 2, but chest and head from Raid 3, and then they're time gated? I don't know. We'll take a look at the loot tables. I don't know if anyone has already, translated it and put it into like context yet. And I remember the Digimon game and anime, the helmet that gives Digimon vibes. Oh, that I get that, but that also had the priest stuff. It also has very much like a kind of like a Valkyr vibe to it too. How am I feeling about housing with the budgets and level up system and reps? I'm starting to lose interest. I don't want to rebuild my house over and over. As I level up, I just want to build it. I feel good. I feel plenty good, and maybe I'll hop back onto the alpha and like share why I feel that way. Nah. Okay, so yeah, I will hop back onto the alpha and show you why. Did they say what time it's starting? No, they didn't. But I think it's in their interest to not say anything after last time. It'll be up, sometime today. Let's see, this account. So let's shoot over to the house real quick. I forget which one's the bigger one. Fuck. Find out. We'll find out. I think it's the Alliance one that has the bigger room. When are they coming out with WoW 2? Dude, they came out with WoW 2, what? 2007, dude? We're looking at WoW 12 right now, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's the Alliance house. It was the Alliance one? Okay. I don't mind, but just bigger on the Alliance. I think it's the same. I think what I needed to do was hop onto both, talk to both of the contractor people, and then say, hey, I want to level up my house, and then it reflected properly. So I think the Horde one is also as big, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I set up the medium room here. Okay, so Lady Q was like, okay, with the budget level up system and reps, I'm starting to lose interest. I don't want to rebuild my house over and over as I level up. I just want to build it. Got it. I totally feel you. And this is the Rome house. Okay, this is the QR code house. It's the Horde one is the one with the big room. All right. Sorry. I'll just hop on. Yeah, I think this one is also in the Alliance house, but I can at least hark back to the Horde one. Yeah. So let's get out of here. You start to lose track after a while, man. Start to lose track after a while. So that spreadsheet lists all the maps for housing by expansion and by profession. It's a lot of info. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, let me look at it. Let me scroll up and find that link again. Okay, so... Damn, is this yours, Patty? That's a lot of stuff. Yeah. It's like the list that I started but did not want to deal with. Like at the moment, what's stopping me from paying too much attention to the crafting is the lumber stuff. I hope that they settle their business with how they want to handle lumber, because it's going to be such a bottleneck. Click on the first tab on the bottom for expansion totals. Created by Persephone, aka Patty. Okay, so okay, yeah, so this is trying to do a whole count of everything. Oh, and it includes wildhead links. That's very useful. Very cool. Seems like a safe link, so if you guys want to use it, take a look at it. That'll give you an idea of like what's going on. Yeah. So 500 lumber, pretty much 400 to 500 lumber for each expansion. Okay, maybe a little bit less so far, but things are being added. I think as recently as this build, they added new recipes for engineering. And hopefully it's reflected here. It is not. So there were some new recipes that were added for TBC, and hopefully the author knows this, and they will be in the process of updating it. My attention has been mostly on, I mean, it's a good reference tool, but I've been using the hub for the most part, because what I can do is add up like all the things that I want to buy, to work towards, and to craft. And when I go to like my sets here, so like here's like some stuff that I want to do for like my outdoor thing. This will give me an indicator as to like what the budget's going to be for like all these different things, as well as all the crafting materials I'm going to need for these individual things. So a list like this is good for like the completionists who are trying to get like, okay, I got to make one of everything so I can get the XP for it and at least have one. This is more like a practical use of, okay, I need like 3 of these, 5 of these, 7 of these, 0 of this other stuff. You know, this is more like your shopping list of what you're actually going to make. This is a list of what you're going to collect. You know what I mean? So both are very useful tools for, you know, depending on what your intent is. All right, so I wanted to talk briefly on something I just want to I don't want to rebuild my house over and over. Because of how we grow into housing, you know, there's like levels and everything. I think of other games where with housing kinds of vibes, where it's like, okay, you want a house? Cool, here's a house. It has a fixed shape, kind of, sort of. And from that, you can rebuild the house. That's what WoW does. You can rebuild the house, or you can upgrade to a new house. And so you have that similar feeling of, okay, I did this, but now I want to step up and I'm going to start all over again because now I'm moving from one house to another. The WoW style of housing, it's more like, okay, you can build as you go and then you can expand on it. So it changes around your idea of planning. And the vibe that I get in that, with that sort of approach, it's no different from Legos. Anyone who's been a big fan of Legos is like, yo, dude, I love Legos. And, one of the joys of playing with Legos is you have all these different things and you put something together and then it's like, oh, it's very cool. And then you have a new idea. And it's like, oh, I'm going to have to like take this thing down. Take all these parts that I already have, take it down so I can, because I want to hobble these and make something new. The joy of like having this in a digital space is that, well, you can just buy more stuff and all that, and you're not spending money on Legos, you know what I mean? You're instead working towards like getting new materials and building something new. Now, in the sense of housing, the way that I decided to take my approach, well, when presented with this challenge, there's two things we can do. One, we can be like, yo, we don't like this Blizz because we want it a certain way. The other approach is to, okay, here's what we've got. What can we do with it? How am I going to work this out? So the plan that I have right now is the interior of my house at the start, it's not going to be a living space. Not at the start. It's going to be a cafe. So I want to set up like this kind of space. Here I have like, a greeting area and then like a place to like chill and read. And then I want to have like some tables once I get around to it. So guildmates or whoever can just like come and hang out. And then I'll have like little memorabilia that's here, achievement stuff, things that I want to feel like celebrating and whatnot. That's going to be what I want to set up for early access for the most part. So these first couple levels of my house, I want to dedicate it to creating that sort of space. As time goes by, though, I'm going to eventually expand on stuff. So that's why, in this case, like I'm using a medium square room. By the way, this is just a medium square room. It can get bigger, and I can fit like this much stuff. I still have all this empty space, even enough to like make a hallway to expand to like the rest of the house. So here, this is all just a facade, and eventually it's going to expand into other stuff. Like I want to have a room full of fields, and I want to have like a living space, and I want to have like this engineering spot. So instead of making everything that I want and then rebuilding it to make it bigger as time goes by, I'm just going to kind of do one thing at a time. I don't need a living space now, but I'll eventually make one. I don't have a shield room now. Eventually I'll make something of that. But I want the front to be like cool. And so far, this is the plan. And of course, the plan might change. The one thing that I would want to do, though, Blizz, is if one day I want to change this room out, I want to be able to do that. Like if I want to turn this into a hallway, or if I want to make this into, if I want to make it into a smaller or a bigger space, I want to be able to do that without breaking the house. Because at the moment, on the alpha, it breaks the house. I can't just change this room. If I try to, I can't remove a room with more than one connected door, and I can't do that with anything else. I basically am forced to delete, and then I can change this room. I don't want to do that. I want some way to, some sort of mechanism where the game is telling me you must replace this room with something that is valid. And then everything in this room will either be deleted or it'll be temporarily put into like a clipboard of sorts that's temporarily here in the house chest, and then you can just drop it down somewhere else, something like that. I really want to have that sort of mechanism because, again, the whole idea of, oh, I can't just replace a room with something else, that won't feel good. Where it'll be challenging to do something like that will be like, oh, I want to change this hallway into something else. Can I change it? Because there might not be anything valid that I can change it to, because between this circle room and this T-shaped room, there might not be anything that fits. Maybe another T-shaped room will fit. a cross-shaped room, it won't fit because that's going to like kind of intersect here, so that won't be possible. So they would need to code that in as well. So there's a lot that they still need to work on. But fundamentally, give me the power to change my room, even if it's connected to something. Deleting, I get it. You can't delete a room, whatever. But I want to be able to change it. So. What is a daylight circle room? Great question. Let's go take a look. So a daylight circle room is mostly a facade that is meant to simulate being outside. So this is a bad example, but here's like some windows, and it's like, oh, cool, it's outside, kind of, sort of. Not as bright, but when we go out, then we actually see what's going on here. It's a skybox. So if someone wanted to make like this kind of like overhead, light box, they can do that. So kind of neat. It's pretty busted right now. Like nothing works right. Like if I try to place something, it just sinks through because it doesn't really obey the floor rules yet. So yeah. And then there's a night version that's going to come out too. You can still move rooms with everything in it. Yes, you can still do that. So if I were to, I don't think I really have any adequate rooms for this, but okay, I don't. Actually, if I make here's an example. So if I make a hallway, I put it there, I should be able to take this circle room and move it to here. But it might not work right. Please. Actually, maybe I can move it here. Okay, so that worked. So now, so now it's over here, and then everything moved. And it should work in such a way that if I were to move it to another side here, I hope it'll clip. Actually, do I need to rotate it somehow? Can I rotate it? Okay, at the moment it doesn't do that. Yeah, I can't. Okay, actually, can I do like this and then it'll rotate automatically? Okay, it does. Okay. So the hook is a little bit buggy, but yes. It'll automatically rotate all the items and whatnot to the other side, so it'll change the orientation for you. Yay. And I think I fucked up some of the house. But oh well. So if I want to move it here, I gotta like kind of finagle. Okay, there we go. Yay. So now that's fine. And then all the walls are restored. Yay. I think I had some stuff hanging there, but that stuff probably got sent back to the house chest. There we go. So the per gamer move is to make the room off the entryway a T or a cross room so you can have nodes to move things to. Kind of, yeah. So a medium-sized room would be fine too, right? Because the levels still can't move this. So when you hit level 2, basically, you get the medium square room, which is this size. And this is pretty big. It's pretty big. I actually made an error in my measurements when I was talking about this the other day, and like, the room budgets and complaining about that. This is the actual medium-sized room. The ones that I was actually showing you were small rooms. So this is actually, much bigger. Yeah. Can you have the daylight room be connected to the entrance? At the moment, no. So that's kind of disappointed. Like I was talking about that yesterday too. There's no throughway. There's only one way in to the daylight circle room. There's no alternate entrance, or there's no exit for the room. Because that's what I'd love to have. What I would like to have, like let's say if I do the entryway, I'd want this to be like just more or less like a kind of gate. And then I would enter like this kind of courtyard area, and then I go into the house, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But then now it might be instead like it would be like towards the middle, and I'd love to have a way to like kind of cross through. Then it can feel like a sort of outdoor courtyard, but not really, because I mean maybe the vibe can work. I'm sure talented folks, they'd be able to make that work, but having this visible ground, it kind of limits how well you'd be able to design that whole outdoorsy space. Can you rotate stairwells yet? No. So I'm out of budget, so I'm just going to delete this room. Sorry, room. Thank you for your service. So this room here, stairwell. So it still only goes backwards, right? Because otherwise, like let's say if you did want to have this orientation, it would be a little awkward, in my opinion, to have a big old gaping, to have like the gaping hole here and then have this overhead be there. I think Blizzard was just like, oh, we don't really like that. But it would be kind of nice to have this as an alternate entrance, so we can have this sort of vibe if we wanted to. I think that'd be fine. Oh, that's already working out. Oh, okay. You could always do that. But then the only thing is that with the orientation, it's always going to make you go in the opposite direction. So here you go, entrance of the room, stairwell goes up, and then your only path is to go up. And my UI is acting funny. What did I do? Okay, it's acting kind of funny. It's hard to see here. So you can see here that there's only one direction I can go in, which is like a bummer. So now I have a tiny room. Yay! So much effort just to go into a tiny room. Boop. But I think what folks will end up doing, even though it's going to totally eat into the budget, they're going to use the open space. So let me take this thing out, take this thing out, and they'll opt for the empty stairwell instead. And then they'll just make their own thing, right? They'll make their own set of stairs. Unfortunately, there's no easy stairwell that they made so far. Like, you know, like, okay, here's enough stairs to go up like one landing or something like that. They haven't put that together yet. I thought originally you couldn't turn them at all. No, you can set them in whatever orientation, but you needed to set it up first. I think the difference, well, you were able to do it a few builds ago, but then when they introduced the budgets, you didn't have enough budget to make enough rooms to make it make sense. But now you can. Now there's enough budget to achieve this effect. Did I miss anything there? No. Let me double check if there is a thing. And let's also double check the Peter. Come on, baby. Offline, get fucked. Oh well. I guess I'll I might not, if it's not up before stream's over, then I might be screwed. If it is up, then I'll be like, all right guys, let's make a guild. Come on. Otherwise I'll have to just wait and see what people report. Love your coverage on the housing, by the way. It's helped me plan my floor plan ideas. I mean, what sucks is that, like, the way that, like, I was talking about this just earlier, the way that WoW is doing their housing, in that, hey, we level up and we get more budget and that sort of thing. The approach to how we want to do housing, it might contradict with some people's plans, because some people are like, oh, I want to have this whole complete thing right away. And instead, we're just kind of like building into it instead. So what people might be able to do if they can make it work right, is okay, you can have like these different rooms dedicated to certain things, and then eventually you'll be able to add like the hallways and connections that you need to make it make sense. So there's that. My approach is most likely going to be, okay, I'm just going to do like one thing at a time, and I'll build on that, and then I'll just kind of go from there. So is PTR separated by realms like EU and US? It's one single server. Yeah. So you're not going to touch the interior at all until I'm fully maxed with the way it's working currently? That's a choice. I don't know if that's the best play to make, only because I think it's important to at least get your hands on, just get your feet wet on it. Try things out, mess around with things, understand how it works, because you never know. It's like Legos, dude. You might suddenly have like some inspiration to like do something. Because like, yo, I have all these things. And now I know I can just buy these parts over here and here and here, and I can just make something to like get by. So that's kind of why I decided on the coffee shop at first. A little cafe, something a little bit cozy. I don't have a lot of parts to work with, obviously, but once I get this all together, I think it'll be a nice filled out space. I'll probably put in some extra pillars to fill some stuff up. But yeah, tables here. The kitchen area could be a little bit bigger, but it's not going to be like huge. But instead of that stuff, I want to put in just like coffee related stuff. Every table will have some coffee stuff. It's going to be everywhere. I'll have like end tables that have like more stuff. Here's one set that I have that I put handy, but it's going to be like all over the place. I'm going to put it on the shelves and the damn bookshelves too. More coffee. The header line on the Blizzard posts has 5:30, so probably not. Oh, okay, so it's not gonna be up until later. So reply housing test. I guess I missed. Was there another post? Okay, there was something that was just updated. Okay, I don't see anything about a time. So there's this one, updated 10:30. We'll update this thread. Yeah. So what does it say? 5:30? Whatever. Look at the top line of the post. The top line of the post. The top line of the post. I'm having a hard time here. Sorry. I'm squinting hard. Is there a different post that I'm not looking at? Control F and search for 5:30. Nope, nothing there. The first thing is number 1. Wowhead. Okay. Yeah, so Okay, let's look at the Wildhead post. So Wildhead post says, it is the blue post on Wildhead. The blue post on Wildhead. We'll get this. We're gonna get this at some point. Okay, so we're gonna look at all of them. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So beta launch. Okay, this is the beta stuff. That's not the housing stuff. Okay, there's this one. Updated 1030. Doesn't say much, it just links to the article. This one is also a link to the article. Okay, this one is I mean, I believe you. I just want to find it. Cuz I am not smart. The above, I guess I got to it via Wowhead. Not doing so great. Where is it? Yeah. Knowing would help. I mean, whatever the case, I'm kind of screwed anyway because I'll be it said 5:30. That's weird. I do find that kind of weird. Yeah, we're gonna have it up by end of our business today. Sure. But oh well. Yeah, if someone can point it out so we can be sure and we can tentatively plan around that, that'd be great. I have failed to find it. It's not them, it's me. Can I go back to it and copy paste? Copy paste what? If they have the link, they can link it here too, as long as it's a Wowhead link and not like a, you know, wowhead.hack.legit.ru.crypto, you know, as long as it's not that, then it's fine. Yeah. Oh, is that the Kraken Latte? Hey! I can't tell. Okay, where was I? I think I was talking mostly about the approach that people take towards like growing into their housing. There's definitely going to be like this contradiction, or there's going to be like this friction of how people want the housing approach to be versus what we're going to get. And it seems pretty clear what Blizzard is trying to do here. Oh, you linked it before? Oh, did I miss your link then? I don't remember seeing a link from you. Yeah, I'm not seeing it so far. I must need more coffee, for sure. Looking as always. You stalker, that's why. That's gangster. Okay. So anyway. I wanted to... Oh yeah, I know where I was at before all this. I was looking at freaking tier sets, because I still haven't really looked at them yet. So what do we stop at? Not mages. I think we're looking at priests last? Yeah. So they look dope. I'm not the only one. I don't see a link. YouTube has issues with chat. Oh, okay. Oh, it might be modding stuff out. Cut and pasted it in the Discord. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So, running the thing on the thing. You know, so were you looking at this actually? Because this is, Are we looking at the incorrect? Are we looking at just the timestamp? Because that might be what we're looking at. Just the timestamp. So, something blue tracker. Yeah, that's what you're looking at. That's just the timestamp. Deceptive, huh? Right? So I think it's this one. No, that doesn't. How do you see it like that? Yeah, what site is this that you're using? Because that looks, man, I don't know what website this is. No, it's all good, Ann. Yeah. I say blame them. Whoever made that site, let us know so we can put them on blast. It's their fault. Oh, that's on the forums. Blizz. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Okay, where was I? I was looking at tier stuff. Okay, so we were looking at this one already. We already saw like the colors here, which were like, all right, yeah. So now, Death Knights. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that's different. That's a very different vibe. How weird. It kind of looks as if I know this is supposed to be ice, but it kind of has a spider web look to it somehow. At least with the shoulders, with those connecting lines and stuff. Yeah, that's neat. That's neat. So that's normal. Raid Finder, different. Definitely not ice anymore. Or well, okay, it's still ice, but now it's green ice. Ugh. Okay, normal and heroic, they feel really subtle. And then how about mythic? I was hoping for some intense red shit. Hold on, let me see if there's any others. There we go. That's the red stuff where I was kind of hoping for. All right, the red one looks like this one looks like the most Death Knighty of them all. Everything else looks like, okay, this is like the unholy look. And then going to this, okay, here's like the frost look, and then we have like these kind of like, you know, this definitely has a Necrolord vibe. I like that one. Did I see what Wowhead just posted in the Architects Discord? I have no idea. I barely look at the Wowhead Discord, to be honest. Let me see. So Wowhead. Am I still in it? I don't know if I'm still in it. There's too many Discord channels, damn it. And I don't think I'm in it, actually. Shit, sorry. At some point I left some channels. So I know there's like a kind of an official-ish World of Warcraft one, and then there's I guess I'm not in the Wowhead one. Oh well. Oh, Architects of Azeroth. Okay, am I in that one? Yes, I am. Okay. So so Wowhead posted something in here? Yeah, so what am I looking for? I apologize. I'm very bad at, you know, when someone's like, dude, did you look at the thing? And I'm like, in the devs corner? Okay, there's dev chat. That's not it. Devs corner, okay. Housing gallery. Okay. Focus on an announcement for everyone. Wildhead is thrilled to debut of player housing. Oh, here we go. This tool's in beta. Okay, let's go. Let's take a look. We have competition, baby. So let's see what they've got. So now we've got like a horse race. So there is there's submitted stuff. Create a build. Oh, create a build. Hide carousel. I don't know what that is. Create a build. Okay, let's see what this does. So I want to make a build. And now what? Well, you can't tell Paladin Divine. Yeah. You know, I'm the same way too, man. I am definitely the same way too. Even in my content, I'll be like, oh yeah, everyone knows what I'm talking about. No, man. That's a lesson that I learn on a consistent basis. Even with today's Prey video, there are things that I left out that I just kind of figured that people would infer, and they did not infer, and this is... Okay, so... what can I do here? Housing builds. So, is this just like a feature screenshot sort of dealing? I mean, this is cool. So it's good for like creating like the user builds and stuff, and this will be a cool thing for someone like me to browse through. So I could be like, yo dudes, check it out. Here's some awesome builds. And we can do that. And then they have their own like little description and all that. So this is a cool way to expose your house. One thing that I'd like to see that maybe it can be an optional thing that people can put in, is the address. Like some of us might want to look at the address of their house if possible. So that'd be cool. Okay. So a different tool altogether. Fair enough. I like this. This is cool. This is going to be... this will be fantastic from a moderation standpoint, because it's like, okay, cool. I'm looking at this. Cool. Oh my god, giant penis. You know, and so have fun, Wowhead team. They're going to have to, keep an eye on that stuff. But no, otherwise this is very neat. Next class. We're getting there. Someone wants to say, show me warrior. I was looking at this earlier. I was like, yo, these horns are insane. I was looking at this. Yeah, it was one of the first ones we were looking at too. It's very cool, but the horns are just wild. They are wild, but I respect it. They're going all in with the very horny look. Okay, so shaman. How does shaman look? Ooh, this is flashy. I happen to be on a Nord character, so very in character, I think. But then the zoom is kind of funny. So all right, that's better. I like this. This is very cool. So I expect to see like all the different elements. So we got earthy kind of element. Very neat. This was fiery. Neat. Oh, I like how it how it pops in and out like that. That's neat too. We got fell element. No, nature. Fell. No, this I can't tell. It's kind of both, right? It's up to interpretation. Fell or nature. I don't know. And then mythic, we've got icy stuff. Okay, that one looks cool. Yeah, that's neat. Because we got the additional effects here. That's dope. That's really cool. I like this one. Yeah. It's like you have this whole biome on from the shoulders up. That's really neat. So we got gladiator stuff. This is more icy looking stuff, or windy, wind, ice. Can't really tell. And then we got Of course, the elements of void, because yeah, it's an element. Sure, why not? Show the Death Knight again? Sure. So here's the Death Knight stuff. And it looks okay. I'm gonna go with it being okay. It's like they're trying to pull off like the anti-Paladin vibe. Like, oh, you know, here we got the hood and the faceplate, which is what they've done before too. So it's okay. The colors, I'm kind of like out of the colors, it's the elite one that I feel like is like the coolest one, which is gonna feel like, it's gonna feel bad for some of those folks who don't do PvP stuff. It's gonna suck. Mages. Interesting with the portal thing. It looks like a portal thing, but it's not. They're like orbs, right? But here they look like portals. It's hard to tell. The hidden face, I think that it mostly works here. Feels epic. This is the normal color. What's this? Completing this appearance set unlocks all. Oh, okay. They're just emphasizing, hey, get the, how the new system works. Okay, anyway. Oh, I like this color, actually. It's very muted. It's like this this faded Kirin Tor kind of vibe, but I like that. And then we have, I think this color is supposed to mean something. Oh, you're saying that it's like a spec sort of thing? Maybe, yeah. Ooh, bloody. Very fell good, dude. Fell good. Oh, and then I like the. I think I like the shoulders. These are really cool shoulders. I mean, they get crazier and crazier each time. But then here we have like the added swirlies over here. I mean, there's already a lot of flash on it. They just added like even more, which is kind of odd because there's just like lighting effects. Yeah. Hunter sets look terrible. They didn't look that bad. I was a big fan of the heroic one. Like this, like the vibe here, it looks really cool. The clipping here needs to be fixed. So that's like, okay, it's a bug, whatever. But I like how this looks. I think this one comes off pretty well. Out of all the colors, at least. The other colors, I'm like, okay, they're cool, but not as cool. This one somehow just kind of pops for me now. What was the other mage stuff? Oh, Gladiator one looks weird. This one definitely has the has a kind of a more realistic, like natural look because you have like these multiple colors and layers going on. Yeah. And then the elite one. Cool. Very cool. Hold on. I need shoes. So I've been using the pad. But now I just want shoes. Death Knight is like a Witch King of Agmar. Oh yeah. Alright. Moving on to Warlock. Warlocks, ooh, this is thick. This is very, very thick. Yeah, it's like part Death Knight, but you're in a dress. Although that's kind of unfair to call it a dress. I wonder if there's a tunic version of it. I doubt it. I think a tunic version would be very top heavy. But I do like, maybe it's because it's on an orc right now, but I really like how this all flows together. I think depending on the race though, it might be a big problem. So reminder, this is on an orc female right now. But I like this. I think Mort was saying that it's not that great. Yeah, I think, well, maybe on this model it comes off really well. I wonder if the chains are meant to be like that. It's like pushing up instead. But I like this. This is cool. Ooh. This one's interesting. It has this whole like, I'm kind of a demon hunter, but I'm totally not kind of thing to it. Oh, and then the mythic it's on fire. Okay, I don't know, man. I like this one. Toilet belt can't be unseen. I'm not quite seeing it because the toilet is full. It's like the toilet is overflowing. And well, let's see what happens here. So, so here is a well, still won't work. But, okay, that's the original belt. Damn it! Can I take this thing off? Okay, so let's try this again. And put everything on except for the belt. So here it is just without the belt. So, don't like the belt, don't like the belt. Very top heavy. I think I did see this before, and I think one of my earlier comments was, oh, it looks like they're trying to wear an Infernal. You know, you definitely get that you definitely get it here. Like, I put on some Iron Mask, and then I got some Infernal parts, and I just, like, kind of, like, just, like, smushed them together. Right? Gladiator stuff looks pretty sick, too. This is, like, hell, instead of an Infernal, I just went over to Netherstorm, and I just started mining for stuff. And here's what I got. I put it together. Here we go. Something that's more fiery based. This one's cool. I do think this is neat. And you guys have no taste. I'm just kidding. All right, so moving on to monks. Monks we've got Dangly up top. This one looks all right. I like this one. The way the helmet is positioned, it looks as if there's like a bit of a slouch going on, but it's not. But I guess it's pointing down a little. So it has that kind of look to it. And I don't think orc females really sit like that. So Ragefinder, I like that color. I did like this color. That is very not different from. Oh no, yeah it is. No, this is a more iconic color scheme for monk sets. Yeah. And then Mythic, Purple. And then we got. Now this one's kind of odd, but I sort of like it too, because it's just different. It doesn't flash too much. This one does. Not as much. Definitely yes. Druids. This looks similar to other things we've seen, I think. So, not really a minus point, but I feel like we've been here before. I don't know which set it was, though, that gives off this sort of vibe. Now, there are no orc druids yet, so this will like land a little bit differently. But somehow this feels very familiar. Old War? Okay. Yeah, this one I'm not. I'm literally Xavius. Not too big of a fan of this one. It just feels too reminiscent of other stuff. I feel like they should have bug wings. Maybe. Maybe that's a bit too flashy. I'm not a fan of things being like too crazy, but it's WoW. It's like kind of typical. All right, Demon Hunters are Death Knights. Yeah, this is this definitely has like a Death Knight vibe to it. This is not leather. What? Tell me what's leather here, guys. Nothing. All right. Okay. Let's do a quick check. Come on, realms. Nope. Are we gonna have another thing where, oh, it's not really testable until like the next day, and then they're just gonna extend it through the weekend? Maybe they'll do that again. That'd be fun. Okay, this color set I like. So let me do a reminder. Okay, this is normal. I'm sorry, this is Ragefinder. Not too big of a fan. Normal looks pretty cool. Heroic looks pretty cool. I like the contrast. And then Mythic is... interesting. Ooh, there's like little souls in the vents coming out. I saw like a little face. Hold on. Show me the face. I know I saw it. I wasn't just seeing it. Oh, there we go. Oh. That's kind of neat. That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, it's not even, it's more like a mask than like a full helmet too. Like it like sits on top, but it's not really like, you know, it's not a full helmet, although, you know, definitely looks like it from the front. Yeah, not my idea of leather though. I don't feel like the Demon Hunter is all that agile in this sort of set. And then how does this stuff look? So we got purple set for Gladiator, and then the Elite set is very red. So yeah, kind of very, very Death Knighty. Yeah, this feels Death Knighty to me. Well, that's cool. And then Evokers. It's, oh, that's an interesting color. Oh, it's like this prismatic stuff. Okay, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. You know, I like it, but it doesn't tell me Evoker aside from the crystals here. It doesn't really like speak to me, you know? And then it looks like that prismatic look shows up all over. It's just that like here you have like the undergarments, which is an appropriate thing to have, but it makes it look a little bit plain too. Like they didn't know what to do there. See, it's funny, like this is the first tier where I've been paying a lot of attention to the shoulders and I've been liking them. And I'm not a shoulder person. Ooh, that's pointy. That's actually quite pointy. And then how does the Gladiator stuff look? It stands out okay. And then the Elite one is, oh, almost casual with the colors, but definitely not. Demon Hunters even took our Drain Soul animation after all this time still taken from us. Oh, wait, there's a Drain Soul animation? I thought it was just like, like that's it. I don't think that's much to lose. So as for like the ranks, I don't know. This one looks really good. Bias. Okay, out of the plate ones, I'll at least do that. Like, the horns are a bit too much for me for the warrior. Let's see, other colors. It's very iconic, but maybe, you know, maybe this is just bias. Maybe I'm just not fond of Death Knight designs because of like the over obsession with skulls and stuff. You know, we can say the same thing about Paladins and how they have like certain things that they've got to have, but this is just, I don't know, it just looks good. So let's look at this a little bit differently. Let me put that belt back on and let's kind of piece things together. So let's do like just this stuff. Okay, I gotta take off the shoulders and the helmet real quick. Just so we can get like that sort of look. So y'all know I'm not a big fan of shoulders for the most part. I like looking at things from like, you know, with this sort of vibe. And this looks good. I like this. Yeah. I think that looks neat. And then if we put on the shoulders, then we have this kind of Warhammer look. Right? With the super honking shoulders that like flank that flank the head a little bit. Then what if it's just a helmet and everything else? Even that kind of works. But I never really like it for very long. Comes off as edgy tryhard to me. Warlock looks like the set from Legion Remix and Druid from the set from the Emerald Dream of Dragonflight plus Ardenweald from Shadow. Oh, that's a lot. It's been gone for years, but that soul is from the lock animation kit. Oh, you mean okay, that part. I thought you just meant like the character animation for it, not the spell effect, I guess. So what if I were to do? Let me take. Let's just have. How would I do this? I think I just got to take the chest off too. So if I were to do this, because sometimes I enjoy like the, you know, the waist down kind of look. So it's not super thick here. Like, you know, the belt's not too crazy. But I think that works. The jewels are a little bit loud, maybe. Yeah. Shoulders are just insane. They're so big. They're so, like on a Tauren, these will be just wild. The boots are hefty. I love the boots. The boots are awesome. The gloves are really good too. I'm usually not disappointed by the different Paladin boots and gloves that are available. It's just a question of like, okay, how about matching and all that. Got to see it on the Tauren. I think we can imagine how it's going to look on the Tauren. It's going to look pretty ridiculous, I think. So, oh well. Because Blizz loves her Paladins. I'm usually not a fan of Paladins here, though. I've made that super clear over the years. I'll look at them and be like, oh no, bummer. Like Amirdrasil season 3. I was very like over that one. Let's find it. Let's find it. See, so I can remind you. That's Hellfall stuff. No, that's not it. This is more Hellfall stuff. There's so much freaking tier these days. So this is the Paladin tier from before. Was not a fan of this. The whole kind of watercolor painted look and all that with the multiple curves and stuff. It's very dragony. It's very dragonflighty, but I was just not a fan. Not a fan. Then the previous tier, that one was better. But I didn't like the way the helmet sat. And the chest couldn't go with anything, unfortunately. That part kind of sucked. But the gloves, oh man, these gloves are so good. They were hella good. And I kind of forgot what the first season. I did like the first season one. Okay. But it was not. Okay, it was class specific. Where is it? That's Shadowlands. Sepulchre? Nope. Not that one. Not that one. Nope. 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 There we go. This one. This one was alright. And this actually is like one of my favorite belts. Because it's huge. It's huge and it sits pretty well. Like it creates like a certain kind of effect. So like if I were to here, let me show you. So I'll just do like the waist down. So I just liked how you had like this really high riding belt, and then you can like just put whatever casual thing or something light. So you know people can pull off this whole like, okay, I'm like shirtless or whatever. Like this would look very good on an orc. Like I like that one. You disagree? Major Steel Pally was nice. Yeah. I guess. I mean, I'm not going to judge, not out loud. When I'm off stream, I'll be like, dude, this fucking rock cat, dude. No idea what you're talking about. No taste at all. Oh my god. But yeah, some sets I just didn't like. I feel like the OG Judgment set was super overrated. I thought this was just... I still think this is pretty whack. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Power Ranger armor, I kind of like the vibe. I think it was there was like a, here we go. Here was the Red Ranger version. I like that one a little bit more. But like some of the old sets, they aged okay, but not as well as I would have liked. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of like Paladin stuff. I'd say like more recently things have gotten better. Like I like the helmet here. I like the top here. Like that part's very cool. You know, for either color. But like more often than not, like to me this was kind of like meh, kind of whack. Let's see. This one was very forgettable for me. So was this one. Not a fan. This one, not a fan. Sorry, I'm just kind of breezing through here. This one, I think, this one was okay. It was just okay. It was all right. I actually, during this time, I was sporting the one that you got off the garrison that made you look like a Blackrock soldier dude, you know, with like the grills and the like the barbecue grill plates and all that. Yeah, that one was kind of lame. That's PvP, buddy. Well, Warlords are just kind of weird for tiers anyway. Let's see, the Legion stuff. Where's the Legion stuff? The Legion stuff I liked. I thought this was like decent. That's Tomb. Oh yeah, that was it. The update was decent, but I think I didn't like the Antorus one. Yeah, I wasn't fond of the Antorus set. I thought it was like I don't know, something about it just didn't really go with anything. So what else kind of talks smack? I did like Ulduar though. Ulduar was dope. I like this set because it's not Paladin, kind of. But I did like this one. It looks kind of odd on an orc though. Everything looks great on a Blood Elf though. Yeah, I was fond of this one. I wasn't as fond of this set from season 2, nor this one. You know, the fishy thing. But I did like. A lot of folks hate this set. I'm like, dude, this is like some Predator shit. This is dope. Moving on. Well, can we really count? Well, these aren't really class sets. They were just like, you know, the different ones, the different Covenant stuff. This one remains one of my favorites, even though this is like a Paladin set. It's just like a general plate looking thing. But I really liked having this just without the shoulders and the helmet to pull off this. Actually, and the belt too. I would just take that off because, you know, so I can pull off that whole kind of like a I don't know, not casual, but more like a frontier warlord kind of dude. I thought that was neat. And compared to other classes, Paladin is always on the higher end of tier set optics. You're not worthy of playing a Paladin. Most of the time, I enjoy warrior stuff more. Most of the time. These days, I feel like Paladin stuff has been like kind of a step up. But I was not fond of... Where is it? I mean, this one was okay. You know, when they finally brought back tier sets, but when they did this for warriors, I kind of liked this one a little bit more because it pulled off like this sort of like robotic Power Ranger kind of feel to it. It's kind of a goofy way to put it, but something... This just happened to appeal to me a little bit more, but I never used it because Paladins can't get this complete set anyway. They're just kind of like, we were just kind of stuck with what we had. So I had to deal with it. But yeah. The more recent stuff, I think they've come through pretty decent. But not everything. I wasn't fond of this one. The season 2 stuff. Season 1, I think I liked. Nope. I take that back. Wasn't fond of season 1, but I did like how these matched with some of the other colors that we saw. I feel like warriors were a little bit better. So here's the horns again. Hey, how about that? Now this is definitely one of those, you know, when it comes to warrior versus paladin, warriors win because the helmet is just sick. That's a cool helmet style. I like this one. And then paladins was this, and I was like, not as fond of it. Yeah, doesn't say undermine to me at all. And then the latest thing that we have right now is a winner. I like this one a lot. I don't care about the shoulders with the helmet, but what I would do, it goes really well with, these are like Blood Elf colors. So you can mix and match the Blood Elf set and you would be, for the most part, just fine. And I thought that was very cool. This one not as fine. It's neat, but Paladins won this time around. And I hope that keeps up. Because Paladins are just, you know, better. Warriors are just Paladins who failed. Sorry, Warrior fans, but that's the truth. All right, I'm going to double check this again. And maybe I'll knock out some remix chores or something real quick. Or I should check my shopping list too. Yeah, let's do that. I had to get the Paladin Elite set this season. It was too good. Oh, was it? Ooh. So, where do I get the coffee stuff? So some of these are easy. So this one I can get, so creamer. So appetizing. So that I could just buy really easily. And then this is stuff that I want to have for like the coffee, for the cafe. So a couple things, bookshelves, pile of mugs. I need to find like a sink or something like that. If that's a thing. And then of course, normal coffee mug. Got to get the press. Everyone loves French press coffee. And then I'd want to have something like this in a corner. You know, for like, you know, just to have like some sort of food area or, you know, some sort of serving area. But I'm missing a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I'll want to, a lot of additional stuff to get to. I think this thing is like a giant contraption. So I don't think I'll be able to like fit this anywhere, but it'll probably be behind the counter somewhere. It's got to come, the coffee's got to come from somewhere, and maybe that'll be it. But I think there are other like, sets that I'll be able to find that also produce like a coffee kind of thing. What is the trading post update? I'm waiting too. I'm waiting for 1201. Maybe we'll see something. But I also want to design the outside too. There's a bunch of stuff here that I'll want to get. So how do I get this one? So this one requires 5 chain igniter coil, and so I think what I'll need to do is Mechagon weeklies if I want to get like multiples of these. I don't think I get it from an achievement. I will need to get like more each time. So I'll also want this here. I'll also want this here, which costs 1 chain igniter coil, which is a weekly item, I believe. And then there's this too. This I'll definitely want to have for the cafe. But I don't know how to get it yet. Bummer. But I definitely want this. Let's see how it looks. Yeah. Okay, it produces batteries, but whatever. Small details, man. Small details. There's a sink, but I thought it was cool. Someone shrunk a bathtub and put it on a table and made it look like a sink. Oh, that's cool. I'm finding it hard making a good mog without including the glowy kind of hands and feet from the demon tier this season. It's kind of annoying me. Bummer. Energy shots. There you go. Yeah, for someone who's like just on the go real quick. So maybe I'll have one that's facing out, right? It'll be on the front counter. You know, people just go in, grab, boom. I need like maybe, is there a thing with like batteries? So it's Sustenance Distributor. But I want something, basically I want some of these little battery looking things. Right? Like give me these batteries and then that'll be cool. Ugh, I'm gonna have to like look for it somehow. Yeah. Can I just type in battery? Maybe that'll work. Nope, no battery. How about power? Nope. How about cell? Containment cell? Nope, not quite. Energy? Okay, this is getting a little bit closer. So energy barrel. How does this look? That is stationary, doesn't animate, so not that. Ooh, and okay, interior. Wow, interior only. A Shadow Guard energy siphon. Oh, I'll like. What would I do with this? Shrink it down, turn it upside down, and then it's a light source. if it works as a light source, that'd be hella funny. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, energy focus. Empty crates. Okay, here's a full crate. Okay, maybe it's not animating. Because here's an empty crate. That doesn't even show up. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be a little different. Oh, and this is interesting. Oh, this is neat. Dude, check this out. So, if I had something like this, I would definitely like enlarge it, but I'd also sink the whole thing into the ground. So that way, you know, it's only this effect that appears. I don't know if this might be a bug with the animation or whatnot, but if I could do that, oh, that'd be neat. I don't know what I would do with that really. Is this like so it says interior only, which is interesting. Why would it be interior only? Oh well. But that'd be cool, dude. Yeah, you can be in like this area where it's like full of experiments, or you could be kind of like in the out. No. So imagine this. So you're using the outdoor skybox, and then outside you can have these things to make it seem as if to seem as if it's like a void storm going on outside. And now it's not working. Oh, maybe it is a bug. Oh no, there it is again. Yeah, so I don't know what actually happens with this thing, but it's pretty cool. Can I just buy the Paladin order halls in my house? I don't need anything more than that. There's a lot of stuff that isn't quite there yet. I did notice that there are different things that are coming from the order halls that will hopefully be included at some point. So there is. Let me look at that beta thing again. Because they talked about housing twice. Yeah, nothing about like weapon and armor stuff, because that's what I'm totally like jonesing for. It looks like an energy hookup. It could be that too. Yeah, I think I'd want to like sink it through the ground or turn it upside down and make it into like what looks like a ceiling light, but not really, but it's just creating this funny effect. I have a feeling that this isn't really the animation. I think it's like swirls that go around this thing actually. But that would be very cool. Or like you could see it here. The way the energy collector is looking. So I have a feeling that what's supposed to happen is that these little wisps of energy, they're supposed to be getting sucked in to this collector. Yeah. Boo. Alright, PTR's not up, so never mind that. Here I'm in my house still. Do I happen to have that? I doubt it. Something energy. No. But I think I might be able to see a preview, perhaps. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, you can kind of. Okay, I can't. Ooh, shit. Yeah, so you can see like how it's actually supposed to look. The wispy stuff just kind of goes in there. Darn. But I can maybe take this effect and, you know, still kind of obscure it and create this sort of effect, you know, leave that intact and apply it somewhere. So maybe I can find like some goofy use for it. Yeah. Oh, and I can actually, I can just look here at like previews of stuff, and at least you guys can see it on screen too. Like here's the fill. So here's a mug for the mechanomes who want to take shots or something. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, let's see if there's anything else here. So like this is a cell. So I want like a energy cell. Murloc stuffs. Oh yeah, so give me something like that too. A hookah. Maybe random lever. No, it's not a lever. It's an incense burner. Ah, interesting. It totally looks like a lever that you just, you know. Random wagon. Cool. Okay, so here's a cup, right? Here's a mug of something. It's an anima barrel, but whatever. It's a mug of stuff. This is not a drink at all. Or it can be. Yo, this will be like a blender. Shrink it down, make a container, and then boom, there's your like blender for the shop. Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't know what I would do with this though. I remember seeing this outdoors though, so I don't know if this is going to be like a thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be a thing that I'll be able to put inside. If it is though, hot water. Yes, shrink it down. And then it'll be something that, so I would only really be taking this animation here. But also I can just use it to be like a fire pit or something like that. That'd be kind of neat too. But that'd be out. Or if this is outdoor decor, then I would definitely use that as like a power source for the gun. Oh, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of thought once I have pieces together. Because that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna be constantly like building and rebuilding the gun because I might have like some other stupid idea. But that's gonna be that'll be a lot of fun to eventually do. That is a demon hunter thing. Oh, they basically have the scouting table. Okay. And then this is like a different one. Cool. And I'm hungry. Fuck. I need to panic to my wife. I need to whine. The guy that made the indoor throne, but yeah. Now that you mention it, you're right. Because there was like some braziers, and then they took those and shrunk them. So yeah, it definitely is an inside thing. Cool. I wonder how small I can make it, because I would want to make it small enough to be like, you know, part of a cooking sort of thing. You know, because, you know, we're going to have the shop, and, you know, I'm going to have like some of these things that I mentioned be on the back counter. So maybe this back counter will be like a little bit bigger. I want it to be like a proper workspace, you know, for people who are doing that. And then, you know, so it kind of has a cafe diner kind of vibe to it. So maybe I'll change that around. I don't know. Can I not buy it now? I don't know. It's not a big. It's not critical, because there's a pretty reasonable chance that in 2 weeks there's going to be a full wipe, a full character data wipe and whatnot, and then they transition us from alpha to beta. So I'm not going to worry about it yet, at least. It'll be fun to rehearse. One thing I don't want to do though is work too hard on the house and then it's gonna go away. I'm gonna be sad about that. Like we just learned that with the test, they're going to do a full wipe of everything. You know, the neighborhood wipe. So houses and all that stuff, all that's gone. So oh my god, I'll never get to see it again. Yeah, sad song. Never seen many hours thinking around my house. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's, you know, hey, it's the end of a raid night or whatever. I'm gonna fuck around in the house. You know, I don't see it as a replacement. Oh, I'm not gonna raid. I'm gonna do this instead. To me, this is the product of my efforts, and now I have all these things to play with and mess around with, and so I want to present this whole vision of my achievements here in the game. Building are going to get old if we can't do room saves. I kind of agree with that. Yeah. Like if I'm not happy with a build, or if I'm not happy with what I have at the moment, and I just want to go back to what I had before, then I'd like to be able to do that. I think more in practice, it's going to be like, okay, it's wintertime. Do I want to do a full rebuild, or do I want to just switch this house into like whatever was before? But at the same time, if I have like an old build, do I want to switch between like the house that I have now versus the house that I had like a year ago? Because that's going to be very different too. So yeah. Daily housing decor will be bigger than pets, mounts, and items in terms of the BattleNet store. It can be. It has the potential to, but do they need to? I don't know. I mean, it's not something that the devs would necessarily decide. It's going to be up to the bean counters, really. I hope they let us save a certain number of individual rooms, if not all rooms individually. Oh, as in like back them up? No, that'd be very helpful. Like I was talking about that earlier, you know, like I'd really like the ability to, you know, kind of temporarily like shove like this room into this room layout screen. So that way all the decor, all that stuff is just temporarily like there for right now. But I think the game should probably also encourage you to like spit it back out too. It would be kind of awkward to have like all these rooms that are stored in, but then you're trying to, but then you're working on other rooms and you want to place something down, and then the game gives you an error because, oh, you can't place this object because it's already in an existing room that's inside your house chest, and you can't pull that stuff out. So the logic there would be like, will be like awkward, I think. Save rooms 1, 3, and 5, because those I'm gonna always want. Spent a lot of money on the housing stuffs in New World, like real money. Did they add more things you can add to the Horde house outside Lightspeed Jar test? It didn't have a lot. To the outdoor stuff, I don't think they added a lot of outdoor stuff, but they do. So the hub they regularly have a change log of things that were added. So here's what was added in this build: plushies, a sash. They added a lot of profession stuff actually. So there were profession recipes that were missing. Like for example, like for engineering, I think they didn't have anything for Wrath of the Lich King, so they added some recipes there. Mole people doorway. So I can't tell if this is all indoor or outdoor. They haven't been tagged, it doesn't look like. Yeah, some of these look like they're outdoors, but not all of it. So they keep adding stuff. So yeah, they're just gonna keep going until they run out of stuff. 8 minutes ago, I got a letter in my inbox. Joined the beta testing beginning November 11th. Got to see about that initial disk space, it looks like. Cool. I hope you didn't click on anything on the email, just in case. You know, double check your client and see if it's been flagged for beta stuff. It might not be yet, because otherwise, if it is, then you should be able to get in like right now. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it yet. Just cool. Yay. That's weird though. People are getting emails already. I wonder if I get one. I don't want to be left out. Nope. It's fucked up. Oh well. That means the house itself, the Alliance version had a lot more options like towers and things to make the outside look bigger. Oh. Did they add more stuff? I don't think they added more stuff. I think it was the same. I think they just made it a bit more consistent. So I think both my characters are... Yeah, this is the Horde one. So the other character is in the Alliance one. No. I don't. I'll sort it out. You got one too? Cool. You got a one too? Nice. All right, so this is definitely the Alliance one. Yeah, so I was at the Horde one. Dude. It's not info, just info. Okay. Yeah, so the Horde one, I was on the Horde one. No training post preview? Not yet. Not yet. I'm waiting for noontime. And then we'll see. Advice for a returning player hopping into Remix waiting on midnight. Ooh, it's going to be awkward for you, buddy. Remix is a very different experience from the regular game. And then going into midnight, there's going to be that. My advice is just take it slow, dude. There's a lot to digest. Do you think one? Yeah. I have no good advice, to be perfectly honest. There's just a lot. I know there's like a returning player kind of experience for people who are just like not used to what's going on, in case you want to hop onto a previously played character, and that'll help get you up to speed. Okay, D says get a treat, otherwise I'll order for you. I don't know what kind of treat. I don't know what kind of treat. I'm yes, agreed. Like, what is for lunch right now? I think what I have for lunch right now is just salad. Oh, just salad. Remix is a good time to level walls quickly and collect appearances. Yeah, I guess the advice would be to like, hey, if you're doing Remix, hey, cool, play Remix stuff, and then treat midnight, like when that comes out, as like, hey, it's going to be a new game experience. So you'll have a max level character, you'll be ready to at least get started, and then leave the rest, leave War Within, the preview expansions, leave it for your own enrichment later on, you know, as your own experience. And just enjoy what you have right now in front of you, which would be like all the remix stuff. Yeah. Good inspiration, Abandra. Good inspiration. Okay, so house stuff. I think they added just the plated roof, hide roof. So for whatever stupid reason, it's locked out. So there are new things, but I can't test it. Sad song, right? But there are new roof styles that I just can't see. And we still haven't quite seen the house size either. That we haven't seen, and I'm sure the house type is what we would click on this to change it from orc to blood elf to what's the other one? Shit. Oh crap, I forget. Alliance have humans, night elves, and I don't know. Shit, I just forgot. How about a Bami or a Cubano? A Bami. Nope. T says a Cubano. So do the human ones have that many more options? I didn't notice it was like that crazy. Let's look. Big okay. I haven't done any exterior edits here in a while. So let's get rid of this big tent looking thing. I think the house now sits on the ground properly. Yeah, it does. Oh, elite. Yay. Okay, so house exterior. What can I do with this? So here I can change the roof to something else, but what else can I do here? So I can put in these slopey things. Okay, that's normal. I have towers and towers and towers and towers. This looks the same. Yeah. And then I can change the entryway and then add window stuffs. Yeah, this doesn't... It looks the same as it was before. Or it looks like the same number of options as the Horde one at the moment. Now, the difference here between the Horde one... Oh, I'm sorry. The difference between the Orc one, I should say. The Orc one and the human one is that the Orc one gets thick. It's so thick. This is like, you know, kind of tall and chunky up top, which is cool. You know, don't get me wrong. It's very cool. It's very neat and all that. But let's go back to the Horde one. Saw people add extra levels and such. Oh, well, those are the built-in ones. So the people who made those, they just made it. You know what I mean? So they created attachments. So they just took like the available decor and they added more things. See, that's the cool part, man. That's the cool part, is that they fooled you. It's not you. It just kind of goes to show the talent that comes from folks and being able to build stuff with what they have. I think at the moment, the amount of Horde stuff, it's not nearly as much, or the amount of Orc stuff, I should say. It's not nearly as much to create these kinds of attachments, but it'll be possible. It just takes that person who wants to put in the time to create something. And I crashed. Cool. Nice. Refund. Oh my god. If I want something fast, another place is an added choice. I'm gonna drop a hint. I wonder if I'm ready for pizza. Side face. Okay, so you got a beta email? Nice. Just don't click on it. Just don't click anything in the email, just in case. Just in case. These days, the phishing and whatnot is like relentless. And this is my house, right? I don't see edit options. Let's leave. Let's get back into the lot, and there we go. Okay, so let me bring this thing back here now. But yeah, let's get nasty. So the big difference between the Horde one and the Alliance one is that there are like these set attachments that you can make. So if I wanted to make like boom, a big old wing like right here and flank that, I can do that. Sure, why not? Then let's do some more, because we're weird. And you know what? Just another one. Give me another one. Oh yeah, give me something. Oh, actually, let's get weirder. That was wood. Let's go with stone over here. Right? Another stone one. Boom. So if I wanted something crazy like this, sure, go ahead. Okay, that seems like a fire hazard. Smoked, maybe? Okay, that's kind of goofy. But you know, let's just go big. Bigger. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll have like a little chimney there. So if I want to have something chunky like that, you know, these are like all set. If we wanted to get something stupid going here. Yay! There's stuff else on PTR. Yeah, I think these were a little bit more. I don't think these were. No. Some of these were available for the housing test. I don't think all the options were, but I know some of the elevations were. Yeah. Maybe not all of them, but I know at least some of them worked. It was a little janky feeling too, but now we have like these big honking things. But boy, does it take up a lot of the lot. It is huge. This is freaking. This is monstrously large. No, there were like different hooks. So I kind of remember what you were seeing. So let me like take these out. Like what happened, I believe, was there was like a dot here, and then there was another dot down here. And what would happen is you like click one of the dots, but it would change the opposite end. It was very wonky. It was definitely buggy. But no, this is a thing. I'm probably not going to use anything of that level though. I'm probably going to use something that is not the shuttered one. Not that one. I think it was like the hatch one. So I might use some of these as like part of the platform. So hatch. Okay, wrong thing. This one. Hatch. And hatch. So that's 1, 2. Actually, let me take this out. Yeah, I'll take this one out. And let's experiment. Like what if I were to do this one, and then I would do 2 more hatch things here. So like the idea, I'll take this thing out I'll just leave it like this. Take this thing out and leave it as just a window or whatever. So what I want to do is get this out of the way. So like here's the lot. And I guess I'll have it like this sort of. I want to have like, you know, kind of like these bigger, no, maybe this is too big, but I want to have like attachments here that'll act like their legs or something like that. I just want bigger supports, and then the gun is going to be on top of this. So I'll need to like eventually climb up here and like, you know, put together, assemble the gun stuff, and then raise it up and just put it here and face that way. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it works out in practice, because this is going to take me a while to do. Turn into the spider from Wild Wild West. Yeah, I think this might be too big though, because it's a bit tall. I was talking about this a little bit yesterday, I think. So I might end up like taking these out, and instead I would just use like some sort of like piping kind of materials if I can find it, and then use these round windows as if they're like plugs or connectors or something. That's kind of the idea. So that could be it. Like, where's that thing that I had? I deleted it, or I tucked it back to the house. Where is it? This thing. So I took this. Oops. Where is it again? Lost it. Where'd it go? So, yeah, I took this. Yeah, so this would be kind of a base thing. I'd put it in this direction or whatever direction, and then hook it somehow. Or, well, here's another thing I could do. Here, let's just play with stuff. I mean, it's player housing. Of course, I'm gonna play with stuff. So if I take this and I change it to the hatch thing again, yeah, I'll put that in. Get out of here. And then instead I just kind of like hook this in here as if it's like part of it, right? Rock. Okay, now you know that can kind of work. So now I just need to have like something that kind of loops up and into here or something like that. Alternatively, I could also take this and, you know, never mind that big honking thing there, and I could just do the attachments here instead, right? Yeah, that could work too. And then I can hook either to a vent here, or I can hook it up here, and then boom, there's the gun. So they moved the entire set of ethereal tubes. Okay, let's take a look at that. Ethereal tubules. So Dee says she does also recommend pizza. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, chat, real quick. I'm not going to do a poll on this. I'm just going to ask. Pizza, yes or no? Just give me a yes or no. Yes or no on pizza. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye out for trading post stuff, and we want to look at ethereal tubes. Oh, bro. Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, and we got angles. Oh, dude. Oh, this is so gonna work. This is totally gonna work, dude. Yeah, that, and it'll just hook up right there. It'd be perfect. It'd be so perfect. And then I would just hook it right into here, or have like another joint that goes in. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm seeing enough yeses. All right. We're getting the pizza. We're getting the pizza. Chat says pizza. We're gonna get a good old barbecue chicken pizza. Okay, the dude that says eating donuts says no. What do you suggest? Eating donuts? I'm curious. What you gotta say? I mean, got him. Alright, so yeah, that stuff. My address, good. Alright, pizza's coming. Probably bagels. Of course, bagels. No, just beets. Straight up beets, man. Who doesn't love beets? Killer tofu. You know, when pizza was on a bagel, I remember that. I did not like that. because we had the, yeah, because they were always like, they were microwaved and they were like tough as hell. Super, super tough. All right, come on. Please, trading post. Got it. We're working, baby. We are doing a video. Yeah, yay. Okay, so let's close this guy. Let's turn off the sound. And let's get right to it. What is up, everyone? This is Soul with another video, and today we're doing a preview of the November trading post. There's a turkey. We got a bird. We're getting the bird, baby. November's trading post is a bountiful thing with an armored bird. Let's go. You'll find a cornucopia of collectible delicious delights when you visit the November trading post. If you like the color orange and wearable culinary fare, then this one's for you. Participate in a bounty of activities to collect this month's reward, the prized turkey mount. You want to gobble up all the new items. Visit T and Dub for, yeah, we know. We know. And this is what we get. So it's actually, okay, so there are different colors. So the color that we're getting here, blood of colors, by the way, this is what we're getting for the month, it looks like. And then there is a purchasable one right over here. Hopefully there's Wowhead links that are direct, and so we'll take a look at everything that's coming in. The Highlands Gobbler, very cool. And then there's also an ensemble. So we get the Villagers Country Collection Armor Transmog. Head, chest, waist, legs, feet, and hands. Very plain looking. Hopefully very cheap. That's the hope. And we got golden pitchforks and shovels and stuff. And we have vegetable weapons. Vegetable weapons. And a corn hat. Chad's pointing out. She's giving such a side eye. That's hilarious. So we have the carrot winter tuck, a big gold spoon. Sorry, not a shovel, but it's a spoon, and a fork. And then, yeah, lots of cheap. I hope these are chip ensemble. And an apron. Oh, finally, an apron. Sick. Okay, this already feels like it's going to be a spendy kind of month. Okay, so a copy of the mount is going to cost 500 tender, which tells me that this dude don't fly. So that I'm sure that's going to be a letdown for some people. So let's take a look at all these things. So I'm just going to open up a whole bunch of Wowhead links. You'll have to excuse me as we go through all that. Yeah, let's keep going. So these look pretty cheap. So check it out. There's a carrot sweatsuit, which I believe is just like the normal sweatsuit that's going for 100. And then we have like these other things here. We'll take a look at those in just a bit. So starting off with these, here, let me move this thing out. I'll kind of like shift it over here a little bit if I can. So I just want to make this like at least a little bit presentable as we go through here. So we have the, okay, so these war slippers, this is like the typical stuff. So the war stuff, we kind of have an idea of what's going on here. In this case, it's orangey orange stuff, right? Yeah, the wraps are going to be there. We kind of have an idea what's going on. So we have orange stuff coming in. I'm not sure if this is a repeat, actually. I think we might have seen these before. So here's like the longer version. Cool. Gold-plated sabatons. I don't know how gold that is, but sure. Or is it blue? I don't know. Here's the carrot tuck. So this is different from what we saw in the preview. Oh, no. Okay, so I thought it was corn, but we could just say it's corn. But this is cool. It's like full on. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. We could probably say it's corn. Here's like the full leg wraps. Got those coming in. More leg wraps. The apron. How much is the apron? The apron's going for 70. Okay, this one's a winner for sure. We haven't had a good apron in forever. It doesn't need the only thing I care about is that it's like a full, it's actually a full thing now. That's cool. because we haven't seen that. And then the other one is just like plain. There's no other textures on it, which is kind of like, you know, just okay. Okay, so here's a double, and that's cool. Kind of casual, but also felly, right? We have a copper pot lid, not a shield, but it is a, you know, just a thing to have on the back. So kind of like a civvy vibe to it. A ready warm portable bakery. So like a little all kitchen stuff. Food, nice, which works because I'm getting pizza. I'm like really hungry. Nice. And then there's another backpack. Dude, there's a lot of new stuff. Oh, okay. I hope there's a shield that has this kind of thing to it too. That'll be sick. Chickens, egg, food. That's cool. That's cool. We have a something a little bit more subtle, little headband. And all these are cheap. Like going for like we've been looking at things that are going for less than 100. And then we move on to the carrot sweatsuit. I think this is going to be a very similar vibe. Yep. This is very similar to what we've seen from other stuff. We still got more, though. We have these dread leather vestments, which look like maybe a recolor, you know, which is kind of cool. Going for $1.15, though, I'm a little surprised. That seems like kind of a lot for what we're getting here, which is, you know, it's nice, but it's, you know, kind of plain too. Nothing too crazy, right? So now we're going to look at some other ensemble things. So here we have, I think it's rain stuff. So now we're going yellow. Never mind the orange. We got yellow. We got the yellow rain stuff. Of course, I don't show it on female. Yeah, I'm not going through it with like every kind of character. So we get an idea of what we're of what's happening. So here it is on a Blood Elf male at least, but we saw the preview on the Pandoran female at first as well. So this one is going for $440, kind of expensive, a little bit more expensive than I thought it would be. So here is the country attire that we saw also in the preview. It's a full thing, 6 pieces, kind of plain. But that's the whole point. You know, nothing that's going to be crazy. I don't know, though. Country people, they don't wear tights. You know, they wear like full on. They're going to wear full on clothes. Nothing like that. Oh, so we had the gladiator stuff finally came back. Okay. This is something that I was kind of interested in. I never bothered picking it up because I'm like, okay, it's kind of expensive. It still is kind of expensive. But something that I've kind of been waiting for. I'd consider it, but man, $850 is like kind of a lot. So it'll go on sale or something. But I'm sure people have been liking this one. And then looks like it's another returnee, the Dark Ranger kit. Very appropriate for November. Not really, but still cool. Okay, so let's take a look at some other stuff. We got a bunch of weapons to look at. Which this is something that I'm looking forward to as well. And from the looks of it, these are all cheap. And it's a good variety of stuff too. So we start off with the carrot offhand. Oh, wait, is it only an offhand? Oh no. I wanted to use it as a mace, dude. I kind of hope it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I have a feeling this is just an offhand weapon, which is bummer. I want this to be a main hand thing. So we'll see. We'll see how wrong or how right I am about these. So this one is also an offhand. Yeah, come on, weapon, dude, weapon. There is a shield. Oop. Yep, we're getting this one. Yeah, it's the same thing as the thing that as the back piece, but this is just in shield form. So this is a definite buy for me at only 60. Only 60. That is another shield. Hell yeah. Dude, it's like my birthday. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so here we have another offhand. This time it is a pot of stew. Cute and delicious looking. Okay, here we go. So there is a one-handed version. There is a I'll be able to like swing this over and like smack people with it. I wonder if it is like an actual mace kind of thing, because you know when I pull it up on the 3D thing, it's like it's stiff. We'll see if it dangles or not. I kind of want it to, but who knows? It might not work out the way that I like. But we'll try it out in just a few days when we get to the first of the month. And now we have this is okay. This is a dagger. Bread dagger. Oh yeah, this will show him. This will show him. This is a straight up banh mi style bread for those who are familiar, and it's not banh mi style bread unless it's like a day old. It's like super stiff. I think I saw this one too. We have the rib axe, which is very, very cool. And all these are cheap. These are like 100. I like this, dude. I mean, and no glowy effects or nothing like that, but that's not what we need. We're here for like the real transmog, real goofy. So these are considered pole arms. There's no one-handed spoon, unfortunately. Oh, I want a one-handed spoon. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool. One-handed fork, which doesn't look as gilded as the spoon, but maybe it's the lighting. Yeah, probably the lighting. And we do have a two-handed steak knife. Nice. A serrated steak knife. Just kidding. It's more like a chipped steak knife. And then finally we have the turkey. Do stuff this month, get a turkey mount. It definitely does not look like it flies, but if it does, I'll be very surprised. So are we going to spend or save this month? It's going to be a spend month for me. I'm buying shields. I'm going to be buying my weapony vegetables for sure. So that's going to be like a good couple hundred tender going there. As for the rest, I'm getting the tabard or the apron. I'm sorry. And I think I'll be okay skipping on the rest. So like the ensemble, I'm not tripping over it too much to get like another raincoat set. I haven't been a fan of the war stuff. And then these are just kind of expensive. So I feel like, you know, these that had come in, these came from an era where there are like a lot more expensive ensembles, and maybe that'll continue. But I think for these are something I can definitely I can continue to wait until they go on sale. Like I do think I think I got the Dark Ranger kit, but not this one. So I'll wait for this, and maybe if the outlet comes back in February, if that's going to be a thing again, then I'll go ahead and buy it. But yeah, it's going to be a light spend month for me. But what about you guys? Let me know what you're going to do in a comment, and that's going to be it. See you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy. All right. So I'm not going to do like the work stream stuff. You guys know how that goes. I am going to probably head out. I mean, I'll cut this and put it together while I'm waiting for my food to come in. But I want to thank you guys for reacting a little bit with me for the trading post stuff. It's always fun to look at these things live and be like, ooh, 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 you know, be surprised with a couple of things. But yeah, no new chef hat. That's a good point. Next time. Or else. But I think we did get a chef hat kind of recently. I don't remember that. Maybe I'm remembering this correctly, incorrectly. But I know there was like a toy hat. That's, I believe, is a thing. But oh well. I'm going to be heading out. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Next stream is going to be probably next Tuesday as usual. But of course, stay tuned for the weekly, especially because it's going to be a sponsored weekly. So definitely show up for that one. Make sure you give it some clicks so I can make sure I get a good, successful campaign. But yeah, off I go. You guys have a great rest of your thing. I'll see y'all for the next one. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.